I'm a skeptical robot.
ヒップホップの神といえば誰？シンガーでビッグなのは誰？エンタメの大黒柱は誰？ワールドカップに出てくるのは誰？グミグミグミグミグミグミグミヒップホップの神といえば誰？シンガーでビッグなのは誰？エンタメの大黒柱は誰？ワールドカップに出てくるのは誰？ヒップホップの神といえば誰？シンガーでビッグなのは誰？エンタメの大黒柱は誰？ワールドカップに出てくるのは誰？グミグミグミグミグミ
Picking daisies in the morning sun, her laughter echoing the spirit never done. In the heart of the hills where love is sown, she walks with grace down the dusty road. She's the beauty of the land with the gentlest hand. There's a girl in the meadows where the wildflowers grow. Her smile is like sunshine setting everything aglow. She dances barefoot in the morning dew, with dreams in her eyes and a heart that's true. She's the beauty of the land with the gentlest hand. Under the cottonwood tree, she hums a sweet tune. Her laughter's a melody beneath the pale moon. As evening falls, the stars up high, she sings to the night with a sweet lullaby. She's the beauty of the land, and I'll forever be her man. Days when the world is still, we lie beneath the sky on a rolling hill. Her voice like honey, oh how it soothes. Every word fades with her every move. She's the beauty of...
Hello, and welcome to Skeptical Robot. Thank you so much for being here tonight. There's so many better things that you could be doing on a Friday night. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let me bring out my co-host. First, let's bring out the amazing, the brilliant, the beautiful CORNdiff. How are you?
Heyo. It's me. Howdy. Luigi, how are you?
I am great. How are you, Mr. CORNdiff?
I'm doing what? Except Google's fucking talking to me. It thought I said, hey, Google, apparently. No, I'm doing great.
Then you said it again.
Yeah, now the dumb bitch doesn't listen when I actually say it, though. So no worries. Trust me. No worries.
Oh, man. Thank you for being here. We've got a crazy, crazy show tonight. And, wow,
That's
look
what
at
I
this.
like to hear.
Hold on here. I see we got Acid Dust. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 10 Luigi Greenberg memberships. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. I should probably give him something. What do you think? What do you think we should give him? How about
something smelly?
How about this? Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
It's the clearest sneeze mic I've ever heard.
Thankfully, the audience cannot hear that.
Oh, really? I have no idea how EV mugs work still. I don't know how long. Bless you.
All right, let's bring up my other co-hosts, Mr. Gummi Chainsaw.
Hey,
Oh, hold on. Where are you? There you are.
what's up, people?
What's happening, man?
Hey, somebody's soul left their body with that sneeze.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was you. I thought it was.
No, it wasn't me. I'm sorry.
No,
Man,
no.
that was hilarious.
Folks. What?
Oh my god.
Folks, you don't know what you're missing.
Holy crap.
All right.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
How's everybody doing? We have a couple of great guests backstage. We're going to bring them out to help us with this insane story. But first of all, let's go ahead and bring out a friend of the show, Mr. Sperg Snake. Hello, Mr. Sperg Snake. Let's see. There we are. How are you this evening?
Medaling it up, dude. That's awesome. I love that intro. And it's in D, too. It's like, I can play it on this guitar because it's in D standard, so I'm going to be figuring that out soon.
That is a pretty awesome entrance, and I actually have that song on audio because I just like listen to the song. So I'm thinking about you more than you even know because I'm playing that song on a regular basis.
Not helping your case of not being gay there, buddy.
That's not me. That's what name? I still haven't decided on a name for him.
Can't come X.
Can't
Yeah, it was
Come
the
X.
last one.
That was the last
most
name
recent.
I used. Yes. I think that's probably. I think that one's going to be the one. That one just seems to really stick. I think the fans like that one. But we have got a pretty crazy story to talk about, and this is out of your hometown. I brought this story up with you, and you told me that you didn't know about it, and I was
Not a clue.
I guess I was surprised. Like, man, this story just seems so crazy. But let me go ahead and bring out our other guest who actually knows a bit about this story. Folks, please welcome first-time guest, Mr. Oh, wait, let me see. Unmute his mic. Mr. TV's Will Heron. How are you, Mr. Will Heron?
What's up, y'all? Good to see everybody. How's everybody doing?
We are great. Thank you so much for being here. First time on the show. And if you're not familiar with the show, the whole show is about exposing frauds, liars, con men, grifters. But we like to do it in a really stupid, absurd way.
Like 3 out of 4 of those.
Now, let me ask you before we get like too deep into it. You're familiar with this story.
I am familiar with this story. I'm actually a little pissed off. Where was my walkout music? Gummy does have my walkout
Yes.
music. So a little,
I have to,
Yeah.
No, I got to apologize for that. I've
Okay.
been really sick this past week. Mother Nature's been trying to kill me. If you just give me a quick second, Luigi, so I can just tell this. So last Thursday, I got stung by a wasp, and I am deathly allergic to wasps. So I had to take an EpiPen shot and go to the hospital, and I'm still healing from that. Right. So then I started not feeling well this week, and I'm tired. Turns out I was bit by a tick, and I also have Lyme disease right now, so I'm on medication for that.
Jesus.
So in a matter of 7 days, I've had 2 bugs try to murder me. Now so I've been out of it. Now, without getting too much detail, in my life, I have been hit by a truck. I've been shot. I've been stabbed, but I've come to figure out Mother Nature's going to be the one that murders me finally.
Eventually.
Yes.
Yep.
My downfall is going to be something that's like the size of my thumbnail.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I did actually want to give you an intro like that, but I couldn't ask Gummi to do it while he was sick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm like in bed for like 15 hours a day, so my bad, man. So that means I have to come back again, and I'll get you for next time.
I appreciate it. We'll do it then.
We promise.
Stay
promise
alive.
we're gonna have a good one. Yes.
I make no promises.
But and also, you know, Gummi's a real trooper being here tonight. I told him he did not have to be here, and he said, "No, I really want to." So if Gummi at some point has to like slip off, please, folks, forgive him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't want to give too many spoilers away about this story, but would you agree that this is a mind-blowing story?
You know, what's mind blowing is that the guy did it multiple times. Like this last incident wasn't like his first time, and on top of that, he's still trying to do it again. I actually looked a few days back, and people were reporting that he's trying to put together another school. So
I know. I heard about it, and when we get into the details of what's going on here, it really like leaves no question that the person who is doing this is a horrible human being. Maybe like one of the worst people we've ever covered. I mean, you know, there's just really not even an argument for it. It's disgusting what this guy did, and he ruined so many lives and just didn't care.
These are kids. Young
lives. Basically ruining their lives from the beginning.
They're turning them into criminals.
It's so awful. But at the same time, I feel like this is an important case study in learning about frauds. You've got to learn to know when to identify when someone's trying to take advantage of you, and whether or not you can be perceived as a victim to someone who's looking to take advantage. There's a lot of lessons to learn from this story. But without, taking up too much more time about just talking about it, let me please take a little bit of time for everyone to do some preliminary plugs, just to make sure that we are, doing our part to make sure that we get your name out there and everything that you're doing. So let's start with you, Mr. Heron. Would you like to plug anything?
Yeah, just I guess the Twitter, my YouTube, TV's Will Heron. It's pretty easy to find me. Try not to bring the television stuff into it. They want a separation of the two, which is,
I understand.
As you know. Yeah, but you can find me there as well. Yeah, I'm pretty easy to find.
And how about you, Sperg?
Before I start myself, I want to say that Will Heron wrote a fantastic article about Carl and Shuli and the shenanigans with our good buddy Stuttering John.
Well, thank you for that intro. Thank you. We were planning on devoting a little bit of time to discuss that, but let's get your plugs out of the way, and maybe we'll just get that out of the way up front. So.
Oh, okay. Well, at Sperg Snake on YouTube, at Sperg Snake on Twitter. After this show, I will be making a late appearance over on BYB. I guess I'm third mic over there now. Quadfather seems to like me. He might be a little bit gay.
By the way, great appearance on Pat Dixon's show last night.
Thank you guys so much.
I really loved your chemistry with Pat. I felt like the reason I reached out to you earlier and I was like, was that the first time you've been on there? And you said, yeah. And I was like, God, you guys just seemed like old friends. It was just very, very cool to see your personalities match up. Hopefully you'll get to do that more on a regular basis. Pat has been, when I started the Karmics character, I actually reached out to Pat and I I was like, hey, look, this is going to sound like a crazy idea. Do you think you'd want to come on and argue with me? And he very, very politely declined. However, in his decline, he actually gave me about 4 paragraphs of advice where he said, here's where I think you can make this funny. And I was just so impressed with his generosity. And I was like, you know what? You're okay in my book right now. That's pretty cool. It was very nice of him. So now I'm a big fan. So anyway, Gummi, please, what would you like to plug?
Yeah, my YouTube, Gummi_chainsaw. I missed last week's episode because of the whole wasp thing. So I'm doing 2 episodes this week. I already did one on Monday. New episode comes out tomorrow to make up for it. And coming next week, gummichainsaw.com. I have my own merch. I decided to do my own thing. I've been making merch for everyone here. I decided to just do my own.
It's cool stuff, folks. I've seen a little bit of it. It's great. And I think everyone, I'm going to just go ahead and speak for everyone. And we just want you to feel better, get better, do whatever you need to do. If that means you got to take a break, take a break. That's okay. Just get better. Just get better.
Thank you so much. Yeah. In maybe like an hour, I might step out to make another like pot of coffee so I can be, because I'm running on fumes. But
do
other
whatever
than that,
you need.
I feel okay. I'm pretty good.
Do whatever
Cheers,
you
mate.
need.
Might be a little bit lower energy, but I feel good.
All good, man. Whatever you need. CORNdiff, what would you like to plug?
Oh my God. You know, I hate talking about myself. Go to corndiff.com to find more links. Let's see, at CORNdiff on YouTube. And I just made a script that will let me clip out individual. It's the coolest thing. I mean, I'm going to start clipping Aaron, but only specific words.
I thought you were joking. You really made a script to do
Yes,
that?
I made a script that does that. I download his videos and I run this script and it stitches together a video of him of every time he said the word gay.
That worked out so good. I watched that earlier today. Worked out fantastic.
I've just been running videos through it all day and getting them scheduled out.
Oh man, I got so many ideas. That's crazy. Wow, man, that's really cool. Guys, you don't know this. Everybody in the chat and everybody at home watching, CORNdiff is a fucking genius.
Yes.
You don't know it.
Got to be good at something, right? I don't have the entertainment factor, so I gotta have the behind the scenes factor.
CORNdiff's resume just says corn.
That's how I like it.
But genius corn. Okay, so yeah, let's talk a little bit about this, and I think everybody knows by
Plug
now.
yourself, Luigi, plug yourself.
I mean, everybody's here. Everybody.
That sounds
knows
funny
me.
to me. I'm sorry.
I'm not gay.
Oh, I meant how.
Go plug yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, so on Monday I did a show with Miss Kaylee, Once Over with Kaylee.
So good.
Where we analyzed the lawsuit from Stuttering John. What's really funny, and people don't know this, is that it was on a whim. Literally like 30 minutes before we decided to do that. And we were just like, let's give it a shot. She's got a great legal mind. She also, she's got a
Is that what
great
you're calling it?
She's easy on the eyes. Yeah, she's got a great legal mind, and she's in the the jurisdiction and the venue of this lawsuit, and so she had a lot of insight into it. And me having my background, we just broke it down, and we are actually going to be doing a second half because we didn't get through the whole website, and because there's been an amended complaint. We're going to talk about it again on Monday. So please tune into that. Hopefully we'll be going on both our channels. If not, it might just be hers, whatever. But please check that out. But yes, you know me, everybody here who's here knows me. Hack Ride Studios, Sundays, Thursdays. But yeah, we can talk a little bit about it. Mr. Heron, you did a fantastic article about it, really broke it down, really did a good job of explaining the absurdity and the backstory behind this. Yeah, tell me about your what you're doing with your article, and what I guess I should say feedback you got on your article.
Yeah, well, there's there are people that enjoyed it. There's people that didn't enjoy it. As I said, when I was with BYB earlier in the week, I initially put it out incorrectly. I still screwed up the title, even though it kind of worked. It was a little bit of, it was funny, but I promoted John to host. I mean, I know he was the announcer. I just transposed the words. And then earlier when I first put it out, I put it in both had been interns. I thought Shirley had at least been an intern initially, but he was not. So I just want to get that out of the way. Yeah, but after that, it really did get steam going. I think it went down for about an hour and then got rolling after that. And I think it was about 16,000 clicks as of like yesterday, which isn't too bad. The Aaron one had like 70,000, so that's what it was up against. But this one, yeah, it was good. And it was an opportunity for everybody to know what's going on and be shared with the mainstream. Because I don't think there's anybody that picks these stories up. So at least I can get them in front of normies.
Well, you might think that. However, word on the campfire is that the New York Post is picking up this story and releasing it tomorrow. And that's actually not a rumor. That's a fact. I know it for sure because I was asked my opinion about something.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. So the New York Post is picking it up from Will's story.
What?
And I assumed you had known that by now. Carl actually talked about it on this little piggy for a little bit, and he was asked to make a statement for it. And so that's how we know. Yeah.
Carl better not have given him a statement. I'll be pissed.
He did send you a nice headshot, though, Will. That was a nice one.
He better have, because I take care of Carl.
Also,
Wow, New York Post picking that up? Oh, my God, that blows my mind.
It's crazy.
by the way, Will, John's own lawyer spelled his own name wrong. Don't worry about errors, bro. It's fair game, man. Like,
no
with that kind of
kidding.
Nothing else matters, man. Don't even worry about it.
No fucking kidding. I mean, hold on. And real quick, guys, let me just get to this. Acid Dust, thank you so much for the $2. You rock, CORNdiff. We love you. Damn right.
Back.
Damn right.
No, we love you. Acid Dust.
I know.
Oh, wow. Got another one. Hamhead. Thank you for being here, Hamhead. Ooh. Thank you for the 20 Luigi Greenberg memberships. Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's give Mr. Hamhead something here. How about
TV fart? I haven't done that in a while.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. We haven't done that. Okay, here we go. This is for you, Hamhead. Thank you. Thank you. It's brilliant in its simplicity, folks.
Good, clean fun.
We got one genius and one moron here. I'm the moron. Thank you, Hamhead. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the generosity. You're awesome.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
call tomorrow and see if I could find. I'll get a couple of posts and I'll send them out to you guys. Newspaper.
Oh,
Cool.
Once,
yeah.
I live in New York, remember? So I'll go check tomorrow. If I see them, I'll grab a couple and I'll send them out to you guys so you have copies.
Awesome. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah. That's good idea, Gummy.
Yeah, that's a really great idea. Thank you. But you should be sleeping.
I'm smart.
But yeah, there's so much to talk about with this lawsuit, and it's really amazing to me. Actually, let me back up. When this starts to pick up, and now that we know that it's getting traction, it's getting momentum, I'm gonna really be curious to see how John is portrayed in the media. Because as we said, as Kaylee and I said, he is opening up a can of worms that is just incomprehensible to even his enemies. like it is going to get so bad for him. Let's say for a second. Let's say we live in an imaginary world of wizards and science fiction and dragons, and there's a judge who thinks John has a case. Even if that is possible, there's going to be a period of discovery and a period of arguing. And throughout those periods of arguing, before he gets a scent, he's going to have to admit to so many terrible things that it's going to be hilarious because he has so many enemies and so many people that hate him. So why he thinks this is a good idea is literally a meta view of himself being stupid.
Luigi, can I ask you?
It's so weird.
As an attorney, Honky and me had this conversation a little bit earlier, again, like on Tuesday with BYB, and we had talked about how, John should be able to make money on his own name. If he can't make money, it doesn't make sense that other people should be able to make money on it. I understand that argument completely. But, I mean, again, devil's advocate, kind of seeing it from the other side, what do you think about Carl and Shuli destroying Melendez's good name? Now he can't make money with it due to the damage that's been done.
I don't think that this case will ever actually even make it to that argument because there's so much in front of that. And what's in front of that is, did they actually do anything that violated law? So that's going to be the way that this process is going to go, in which we have to first demonstrate that they did something that, I'm sorry, let's back up.
You're talking about law, though. This is civil, I thought, right?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Is he really going for like the lawsuit? He's trying to put him in jail. That's not the goal. That's
no. The facts. I'm talking about the facts that we have to establish. John had a good name. We have to establish that Carl and Shuli did something that had an effect on that good name, and that then also that effect turned into dollars that caused John to suffer. So there's a chain of events here that all has to get proven. It's not something that you can just go in and say, and there are so many different laws leading up to an analysis and then to a judgment that will have to determine that. And I just don't think we're ever going to get there because there's so many reasons why that first step fails. Does he have a good name? No. And we're going to tell you why. Carl and Shuli are going to say the only reason we were doing this was because he's such a terrible human being. And
exactly.
By being a terrible human being, we have evidence of it. And so here's the evidence of him not having a good name. And guess what that evidence is? He's been accused of SA. He's been accused of having a cancer charity. He's been accused of being a deadbeat dad. Oh, wait a minute. That's actually been proven in court. Then that's our evidence. Then we also have evidence of him challenging Patrick Melton's house to a fight. Then we have evidence of him saying he's going to go to this event and beat everyone up. Then we have evidence of him challenging 7 people to a fight in one evening, one after another, in a boxing match. Then we have evidence of him making threats. Then we have evidence of him calling Shuli's father and telling and putting it on the air. Then we have, I think you get my point.
Yeah.
Well, and then I think I heard John saying that he knew Kate was recording, so he was just saying things that he didn't mean.
Here is the thing. That will never get brought up in the courtroom. I'm sorry. It's not going to get brought up as evidence. Because like you said, there's a difference between a civil matter and a criminal matter. By him making the distinction that these were illegal, first off, I would challenge that he is guilty of perjury because he is in fact lying that they were illegal because there's been no determination of legality whatsoever. He reported this. There were no charges filed. The FBI did not pursue them. The police did not pursue them. So that would really lead one person to suggest that there was nothing illegal about it because nothing got done. So for him to say that it's illegal, that's a lie because he knows better. And that's what maybe if somebody had a bug up their ass and wanted to be mean to John, might say to a judge. CORNdiff.
Anytime an attorney tells
Corn.
you, like you just said, get scared.
Yep.
I've noticed that.
And
Like you
also,
just said.
but also, there's that has no relevance whatsoever. that belongs in a court. That should be in a court to keep it interesting. That has no bearing whatsoever on right to publicity. Right to publicity is using his image. What does the legality or the alleged threats made to the person holding these this audio have anything to do with someone making money off of his image? It's completely irrelevant and has no bearing on a judgment whatsoever. And if someone told him that he should have wrote that in there, first off, a lawyer didn't do that because a lawyer would not be that stupid. So I'm going to guess either John wrote this himself or there was some sort of associate or employee that wrote this, because it's terrible. It is incoherent. It's absolute babblygook nonsense
31 pages.
of only 2 points made. Someone, was
Couches.
I mean,
Yeah.
and that's another thing. Completely irrelevant. I get that he's trying to provide some substantive suggestion that they have an interest in him. I get that, but he did it so wrong. He's saying they stole from me, and there's a part in that lawsuit that specifically claims, again, I think perjury, specifically claims that they trespassed his home to steal it. But then again, like you just said, a good lawyer would say, but didn't you just say you discarded it?
It's government property if it's on the curb.
It's not just government property. It doesn't belong to John. He admits that it doesn't belong to me anymore, but they broke into my house to steal something I threw out. John, you're dumb. You are stupid, and words are your worst enemy.
What I think happened is that John went to Groupon and got his lawyer, and he got civil and he got at the same time. So he got like a 2-for-1 deal, buy one get one free. So
I got him.
Both. Yeah.
Okay, now Gummi, I know you're joking. But let me tell you the history of John's lawyers.
Can you get lawyers on Fiverr?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Something like that. He went to Fiverr or.
Yeah, Michael Popak was the only legitimate lawyer that he's ever gotten that actually had credibility as an attorney.
10 minutes.
We actually know for a fact that John was a member of Legal Shield for a long time. He has posed as an attorney in other people's DMs, specifically saying it was with Revenge of the Sis, used his own X account to make a legal threat using Vince's name to the Revenge of the Sis guys, saying, I'm an attorney for John Melendez. Now, again, under the account of John Melendez, says, I'm an attorney for John Melendez, cease and desist using any of his I forget what it was that he specifically said, but it was basically because they were making fun of him. He didn't want them using any of his audio, and signs it Vincent and Bessie under the John Melendez account. Yes. So he doesn't mind lying. That's the thing. You got to remember this. He doesn't mind lying, and he thinks that people are as stupid as he is. And then with the Legal Shield thing, he would send out his own cease and desist that he got from Legal Shield. But then we found out also that Legal Shield has an attorney referral program. So about a year ago, when DabbleCon started picking up speed, a couple of people in our world started getting phone calls from lawyers. And a couple of them asked me to look into the lawyers. And I said, guess what? This guy is part of the Legal Shield referral program. Who do you think hired him? And then I think this is out there. Shuley got a cease and desist letter from one of these Legal Shield attorneys. And it was a cease and desist that quoted California law sent to Shuley in Alabama. I looked at it and I said, Shuli, here's what you got to do. You got to call this guy and say,
stop laughing.
Yeah.
Catch your breath.
Shuli, yeah, I told him, call this guy and ask this one question. Why would this apply to me? And he did laugh. He calls the lawyer and says, well, let me ask you something after the guy gives his whole speech. Why would this apply to me? I don't live in California. And the guy goes, the guy just wants you to stop. Will you stop?
It's supposed to be scary and you're supposed to stop.
And he said, no. So then he gets another cease and desist. Then we find out that the cease and desist that he gets from this guy is actually a family friend and a referral doing it pro bono. So then Shuli asked my opinion. I tell him a couple of things. Shuli goes back to him and says, what does he want? And the guy says, he wants you to stop talking. He goes, okay, well, let me play you some audio. Play some audio of John making threats against Shuli's children. The lawyer says, let me call you back. On the
Bet
air,
he didn't call back.
Well, on the air, John takes a phone call. Like literally there was 20 minutes of dead air. He goes, hold on, I got to take a call. Comes back and says, I apologize. And just keeps going. And then Shuli gets a call back and says, look, he agrees. He's not going to do this anymore. He goes, okay, let's see how long that lasts. It lasts about 3 days. and Shuli simply texts this lawyer and says, hey, remember that thing that John said he wasn't going to do anymore? He's doing it right now. Here's a link. So then we hear that apparently that guy sends out a notice that says, I no longer represent John Melendez. So then Shuli gets another cease and desist letter, and he asks me to look up the lawyer, and I say, of course, it's a Legal Shield lawyer. And then when you Google this, not that this really has any bearing on the lawyer, but when you Google this law firm's law firm on it was either Yelp or Google reviews, they had a review for their law firm for having the best biscuits in town.
The buffet at the strip club is top notch.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to hold that against the law firm, but it's perfect for John. That is just a quick summary of what John thinks good legal representation is. Now, I just find it so hard to believe that this can possibly be any different than the long line of pioneers of law in the John Melendez camp. This just can't be any different. So when I read this, I read it with a very skeptical eye and thinking, this is someone who is not taking a fee. This is someone who just simply got hooked up with John. This is just another one of his get poor quick schemes by using a lawyer. And when you read it, it all just falls in line. And you think, this is someone who is not invested in John's case. This is not someone who gives a shit about John. And in fact, I have a theory that I think I know what's going on. And I think John got trolled and was made to look a fool by some people behind the scenes.
Telling him to do it.
Telling him to do it all completely wrong.
I feel
My theory,
I'm sitting on his couch with a punch card. He's like, 2 more lawsuits. I get a free 6-inch meatball sub from Subway.
yeah, it's crazy, man. It's really crazy. And if you just look at it with an eye of
anyone.
Well, yeah,
Right.
okay.
With a brain.
Basically, I mean, I'm nowhere near a lawyer or anything, and I did look through this, and like you mentioned, Luigi, it's 30 pages of 2 points. He used my likeness, he broke the law doing it, and he broke the law doing other things to harass me. And he wants $600K for it. One is for damages, like financial damages, and the other one is for I forget how they say it, but like emotional damage and stuff and trauma.
Punitive damage.
Punitive. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
And that's gonna become tissue paper here in a week or two when the judge looks at it, he's just gonna blow his nose and throw it away.
And
I waited
the only
3
thing-
days when it came out because it was so bad. When I first saw it and read through it, I'm like, this isn't real. And then CORNdiff read it, and it's like, no, it's real. And then I saw Stevie Lou put out a link to it, and it went to the actual site. I'm like, this is really looking real. And then you and Kaylee read through it. Kaylee pulled it up from the site that she actually works from and knows about. I'm like, this is freaking real. So that's when I wrote the story. But like, yeah, once you guys went through, because just like you said, a lawyer couldn't have written this. Like,
No.
all I can think is he wrote like a diagram out, or maybe he wrote it out and then the lawyer stamped it. Like, how does a lawyer, how does an intern, an associate, whatever, the law paralegal reading this lets it go through, lets it be submitted?
the same person who misspells their own name.
So you think it's the paralegal and not the actual tabber?
Yeah, I do. And like, what's crazy is that the first thing that so many people without a legal background or legal education noticed was that it's not clear what's going on. And despite the fact that lawyers have a reputation for being verbose or grandstanding or trying to use big words, when you're trying
Legalese.
yeah, exactly. When you're trying to convince a judge of something, it's the exact opposite. You want to be very concise, very direct, and make your point fast, quick, and get out of there. That's not what's going on here. That's just not. And you could tell that people were having trouble understanding what's he even talking about. What's this have to do with anything? Why include irrelevant facts? Now, something we haven't talked about, though, and like Kaylee and I did discuss on Monday, the biggest point, the biggest nuclear bomb part of this is the jurisdiction. I don't understand how that mistake was made. That's part of
He filed suit in New York instead of California, right? Where it would be illegal. Or
Was it Rochester?
Okay,
the
correct me.
wrong
Rochester.
county. The wrong.
Where it
He
took
filed it in the
place.
wrong county. It's 350
Oh.
miles away.
Yeah.
He filed it
in
in
New York County.
He filed it in the Manhattan County as opposed to Monroe County, where all of the events actually occurred.
Close enough.
Right on the cusp of the statute of limitations deadline.
It's
Let's
part
put
of
it
his
this
strategy,
tomorrow.
though.
He filed it closer to me than to Carl.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Carl and I live about 5 hours apart from each other.
But CORNdiff, no, it's not part of a strategy because it's dumb.
Like maybe
If
he knows a judge up there.
But that doesn't mean. But there's still an argument. The defendant is going to get an opportunity to argue this isn't the right jurisdiction, and when it gets kicked out, it's not a certainty, but there's a very good chance that when it gets kicked out, he won't get to refile it because the statute of limitations is told.
Which is hilarious.
Exceptions can be made. I'm not going to say that with any certainty. And honestly, I'm going to probably even say 51%. He might possibly still have the ability to do it, but it's not a certainty. But the fact that mistake got made, I find it so hard to believe. This guy's been a lawyer longer than I have, although several of those years were spent in prison. He should know better. So I honestly have a theory that I think John was sabotaged for the sake of content.
Wow.
It's my
Not surprised to me.
but I can't prove it. I'm being, I think there's enough evidence there to lead someone to believe that if you have a legal mind and you can see what's going on.
How much does it cost to defend yourself from something like this?
It's not gonna be
much do you
cheap.
think Shuley and they'll have to spend? Like in the tens of thousands? I'm not trying to get into their business, but I mean, how
No, I
shitty is it that
understand.
they have to spend this? You know what I mean?
It depends how far it goes. And truthfully, it should not go beyond a motion to dismiss. It shouldn't. And what that means is that you have to file a response within 30 days And then you file what's called a motion to dismiss, which basically says, hey, I'm the defendant on this. This person filed this. There's a specific set of rules that have to be satisfied for this to be a valid lawsuit. And I think it fails on this reason and this reason and this reason. That can really take a lot of time to write. I think it's worth writing because it will knock it out early. But we're probably looking at like low double digit numbers. I'm sorry, low double digits of thousands. And
that's a lot.
I honestly think though that you have the right to ask for anything, of course. Whether or not it's granted is a different story, but I think that they should ask the judge that John be responsible for their legal fees should he lose. So I think that's something they should ask for.
Yeah,
I agree.
Sounds like they would likely get it.
I hope. And we're going to go deeper into this on Monday, analyzing it the way we did on last Monday. But
also, you can
I'm
tell
so shocked by this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You can tell if John wrote the letter, the lawyer letter. Like, if you look at the bottom, and like if Esquire is like spelled phonetically with a UH, like Esquire. John wrote it.
These used to have to be done in pen before typewriters, and John's probably John's pen.
John has a pen.
I was gonna say John's pen would probably, like when he fell asleep after a few beers, would probably just scroll right across the piece of paper. Rumble Trenchcoat, a Columbo podcast. Thank you so much for the $10. Do you think whoever's trolling SJ filed so close to the wrong? I think you're picking up what I'm laying down here, Rumple Trenchcoat. So close to the deadline in the wrong jurisdiction on purpose. That way SJ can claim he would have won and blame his lawyer for losing so he can save face.
Don't give him any ideas.
I think you're picking up what I'm putting down here, but I believe there's an alternative theory in that since John is so dumb and that he believes, I don't want to say he believes. I'm going to say evidence would suggest, his past behavior would suggest that he believes that everyone else in the world is just as scared as he is at the legal process. I think there's another possibility, and again, totally unsubstantiated theory, that he knows this isn't going to work, but he thinks that while he has the power within the statute of limitations, that he would try to scare Shuli and Carl to make content for himself because his YouTube time limit is running out. And I think there's just a possibility he's going to come back and just say, they were so scared and they had to spend all that money. I knew I wasn't going to win. You think I would file it in the wrong jurisdiction? There's so many. It's like putting a puzzle together where none of the pieces fit. In other words, a moron did this. a moron put all this together. I don't. There's so many things that just can't be answered. Choices they made just don't make sense. They just don't make sense. And I don't see Mr. Benedict taking this on for pro bono beyond this first amended complaint. Because when he actually has to start putting work into this for a guy who's trying to build a business after being in prison, I don't see him saying we have the resources to devote to your nonsense, John, for no money. We are trying to build a business here. Just my thoughts. And I mean, there's just so much. There's so much to put together. Donna G, thank you. Thank you for the $19.99. Thank you so much. Love your SJ lol suit theories. Keep doing the Lord's work. Have a great show, boys. Thank you so much. I've really been overwhelmed by all of the positive feedback that we have gotten. The video with Kaylee is at 9,800 views, I believe.
Hell yeah. It's a banger.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Thank you. I am shocked. And when you know that we were literally just like 30 minutes before talking about doing it, it makes it all the crazier. But I got to really hand it to her. She is smart. She's really, really smart. And I really tried to make it clear to the audience that as an attorney, it's not so bizarre to see a paralegal being the real brains behind the operation. And I think that's really what she is. And
I mean, that's like doctor nurse.
I was just going to say the same thing, Gummy. Doctor nurse. Yep.
And I saw some shithead chats saying she's not a lawyer. Well, guess what? When it comes down to it, and I have to defer to either my brain or her brain making a decision, I trust that she'd probably make the better decision. So there you go.
And it's her state that she's doing law in.
It's her
my question to you. Yeah,
she has the experience. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What's the next step? Like, are we waiting for the judge to read it and then be like, okay, we're going to take this, or does it go through a process? Like, what's next?
The next step of the process is that now that Shuli and Carl have been served, they have to file a response within 30 days. So we're not going to get any news on this for the next 30 days. And that response is very basic. It just says, okay. It just says, I know that I'm involved in a lawsuit and I'm aware. And you have to file that. But then directly after that is going to be what's called a motion to dismiss, which is what a defendant will file to say, hey, there are rules, guidelines, laws that all have to be satisfied and fulfilled in order for a lawsuit to be declared a valid lawsuit. And here's why I don't think this lawsuit qualifies under those specific laws, and I think you should toss it out. Numero uno being personal jurisdiction. So, and then all the other nonsense that we talked about. John is dumb. John shouldn't legally be filing lawsuits because he's not an adult.
Just read it.
Yeah, read this. The lawyer misspelled his own name. Yeah, and my point of all saying all that history of John's lawyers is that this is just par for the course for John. He gets lawyers on favors or pro bono or part of a discount plan. And he doesn't learn from his mistakes ever. And this is just par for John. And there's nothing unusual about this when it comes to John's legal proclivities. Anyway.
I feel like the judge is going to send back John's paper with just like an F- in red pen.
Try again.
Yeah. I mean, he
Which
should.
will turn into an A+. So you see, I passed.
He literally should. And the first argument in that motion to dismiss, of course, is going to be jurisdiction. It has to be. I mean, it just absolutely has to be the first argument you make. And without, saying with any certainty, there is a possibility that they turn in a 30-page argument and the judge looks at that first page of personal jurisdiction and goes, oh yeah, that's enough. Get the fuck out of here.
He won't even keep reading.
Yeah, why should I keep reading when this negates everything else that I'm going to read and makes it all a moot point because there's no lawsuit, because there's no jurisdiction.
Right.
Yeah. So
that
would be
and
great.
that's even before you get to the his contradictory statements within the lawsuit.
That's my point. Yeah. Like,
this is such a big mess.
It's like the judge might not even make it that far and just say no jurisdiction. Yeah, obviously. Go file it over there. and again, I want to make this point. I don't think we've said this here, is that John has, again, John doesn't learn from his failures. John tried this before. He tried it and failed. The exact same cause of action, right of publicity. He filed that lawsuit with SiriusXM, and not only did it get kicked out, it got kicked out with prejudice, which means don't ever bring this back here.
You fail, you lose.
Not just you fail,
Right.
you've lost the opportunity to ever try again.
Wow.
It's like being expelled from school. Like you're not just suspended, you didn't just do something bad, you are not allowed on the premises anymore because you messed up so bad with this.
That's like
And
if
he's
someone
gonna-
cooks so bad, you confiscate their pot so they can never make another meal.
But he's going to try it again. And no lawyer would advise that. No, I'm sorry. No competent lawyer would tell him, okay, you lost terribly, very bad. Let's try this again. No, it doesn't work that way. So someone was in his ear using him like a toy. That's all it is. Someone was,
Vince.
I was trying not to mention the name.
Yep, that's what the suspicion is that it might have been Vince, but
Yeah. So there is a image. I do not know. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if there's anything true about it. But I've seen an image on the internet of John bragging to Vince in a text message that he finally got around to filing the lawsuit. And I can't give it any credence because I don't know if it's real. But if we do find out that there's any validity to it, I feel like that fills in all the holes we need.
We got him.
Yep. So
So one more question about this. Can he file this weekend in Rochester in order to try to stay within the correct county of where the violation took place?
he would have to withdraw
Right.
his lawsuit in New York County, and that would negate it. That would most likely negate it, I'll say.
Okay.
So it's not a certainty, but basically he's pot committed at this point, and pulling out would just have no benefit. So why not roll the dice and see exactly what the outcome is? That wasn't a very that
Felicia.
that crossed my gambling metaphors, but I think wait for
I
the
know what you're trying to
river.
say.
Yeah, he's pot committed. You might as well wait for the river.
the turn, bitch.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is going to, regardless of win or lose, this is going to end up in severe embarrassment for John. Severe embarrassment, because you know what? I mean, we got to take it step by step. There's so
not
many
like
steps.
him.
Yeah, exactly. But we're really going to have a moment if it gets that far, which I don't think it will, honestly. But if it does get so far as to discovery, we get to ask him every question that he doesn't want to be asked. Did you really graduate from New York? From NYU? Did your son really queef in your face? Did you really try to start a fight with Patrick Melton's house? Did you threaten Chad Zumach by taking off your shirt and putting on UFC gloves and slapping your fist? Did you? I mean, every horrible thing we get to ask. You say that we accused you of that we made fun of your transgender son. Can you please give us a description of your son and your daughter and your kids? Give us their ages. Tell us their names. Tell us their genders. Tell us their new gender. I mean, like, you get to mess with him in every way.
Yep.
Good luck, John. You're going to
Even
enjoy
ones
this.
like, did you ask Kevin Brennan to pay you under the table? Because he says you said shush when he wanted to give you your tax forms. Just
There you
shit
go.
like that.
And then you say that you're out $300,000. You don't get to just make up a number, dickhead. You got to show us how you lost that. So give us your W-2s. Substantiate that you lost $300,000. I'll wait. That's his stupid term. Fucking idiot, man. Yeah, I mean, just fucking. He's an idiot. He's a moron.
You know what's really funny?
yeah.
If it makes it to like a case study in like law school, his ego would be like, "Oh shit, I made it into a textbook." Like just the fact that he'd be he'd have the document. They wrote a book about me, and he's just like a chapter in a legal textbook.
So, in another conversation that I had about this case, I said, when you file that motion to dismiss and you start making your substantive arguments, like not just the jurisdictional arguments, when you start making the substantive arguments about the facts and the law and the real issues at hand, the first thing you gotta cite to as case precedent is Melendez versus Sirius XM, 2022, New York Second Court of Appeals. That needs to be the first thing. So he gets cited against himself for failure.
Shows a pattern.
Shows a pattern, but also this has already been done before. It's like, you want a reason to not do this? The fact that this has already been adjudicated in a different court, a determination was made that this is a worthless case. Who were the parties of the case? Oh yeah, John Melendez. This guy. This is worthless. This is useless. This is as useless as John. So that's what I think. But yeah, and then today, Carl plays video of Aaron saying, man, that case was really well written. Dude, if you think that is true, you need to be wearing a helmet more than I do.
Aaron knows what he's doing. $50 fine. He'll be fine.
We all know that a real expert of the law is Aaron Imholt. This guy obviously understands what the law entails.
Search around.
Well, he did bang a lawyer's wife, so that should give him some credibility in the legal realm, right?
Yeah.
He's hoping Nick's knowledge of the law got transferred through his cum.
I'm a super lawyer now. And a stupid comment.
Yeah. I drank his jizz. He birthed a lawyer in me.
Yes.
You know what?
Oh, no.
Honestly, you know what Aaron did? He did not read it. Just like when I forgot who it was that trolled him into like saying another show spoke about him. He's like, yeah, and like he told the other show that he loved that they talked about him. Was it
Mersh that did that, I think?
I don't remember who it was, but I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Same thing. So like he knows there's a legal paper against the people he don't like. So he assumes that it's great without even reading it. And that's something
Aaron and John have in common, that as soon as they hear something they want to believe, it immediately becomes a fact in their mind.
And they're super villains.
Yeah, and this is exactly what happened with John. I believe he got a little too wrapped up in thinking that he could sue them, much like Jurassic Park. He didn't think if he should sue them. So it's ridiculous, man.
Girl.
It's fantastic.
Ridiculous. God, I did not expect that to go an hour. So how
it was interesting. I was very fascinated about listening to that. I don't know.
I told you this was the topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Will did tell me beforehand that he wanted to talk a little bit about this, and I thought it would be fun. Yeah. I did not expect it to go this long. So how about we do this? We've already done an hour.
Aren't like NFL pregame shows like an hour also?
I guess that's true.
Sure, why not? Tailgate, baby.
I don't want to take up everyone's time. But why don't we I'll just play a portion of what I have prepared, and then maybe Will, you can fill us in with some of the details. And we'll make it a short show. How's that sound?
Sure.
All right. So, real quick, again, just to let everybody know, this is an insane case. And it's funny, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I actually kind of like it this way, because if we just watch footage of explaining everything, it's going to get a little tedious, and probably a conversation is the better way to do this, because it does get a little in the weeds and a little complicated. But for everyone who's listening, check out a documentary on Max called BS High. I watched this documentary 2 weeks ago, and literally by the end of it, my jaw was hanging, and I said, I have to make a Skeptical Robot episode of this immediately, because it was so fascinating. So I'm going to play a little bit of an intro video to give an overview of what we're going to be talking about, And then we are going to get into it. Before we do that, actually, let's take a quick bathroom break. We have some commercials that we like to air, just in case anyone wants to run to the restroom or grab a quick drink.
Go drain your cup.
We'll see you back here in two and two, folks.
Talk to a man about a horse.
Today is fine day in California. Huh? Choose.
Look into my eyes. I'm going to hypnotize you. Yes, you. Right now. No, don't look away. Look into my eyes. Relax. You want to smoke. You want a smoke that will make your mouth taste fresh? There is such a smoke. It's called Spud. New Spud. It's new. New. It's a completely new filter cigarette. Other cigarettes have filters, but this new Spud has something else. It has a light touch of menthol that freshens the smoke. Something wonderful. New Spud by the makers of Marlboro. New Spud has a filter tip. It has a crush-proof box. It has a fresh taste like it was air-conditioned. You're going to try new Spud tomorrow. You're going to try new Spud. You're going to buy a pack tomorrow.
Listen to Remco's Baby Laugh a Lot. You're listening to Baby Laugh a Lot. She's the funniest doll you've ever seen. Just push the button and she starts to giggle. Get Baby Laugh a Lot by Remco.
Busy you, in and out of doors every day. Think how much dust and dirt settle on your skin. And makeup clings to your skin too and clogs pores. That's why your face needs a thorough cleansing each day. And that's why cleansing tests were made by an independent testing laboratory. This same kind of dirt was made just radioactive enough to register on a Geiger counter. Leading cleansing creams, complexion soaps, and Dorothy Gray Salon Cold Cream were used to remove this dirt. The Geiger counter proved that Dorothy Gray Salon Cold Cream cleanses up to 2.5 times more thoroughly than any soap or other cleansing cream tested. When you cleanse with Dorothy Gray Salon Cold Cream, you know you remove dirt. And more important, you remove every trace of makeup which can clog your pores. That's why Salon Cold Cream is especially recommended for a young complexion. A clean skin is a healthy skin, and your skin will look smoother and clearer when you use Dorothy Gray Salon Cold Cream. It's so quick and easy, too. Takes no more time than improper cleansing. For particulars of this Geiger counter story, write for this test booklet to Dorothy Gray Limited, Box 18, Grand Central Station, New York City.
And we're back.
Yay.
Those are all real commercials.
Those are all real commercials, folks. Yes. Thank you, Gummi Chainsaw, for creating that. Okay, here we go.
By the way, real quick, just to get to the jurisdiction thing.
Yeah.
Without getting too much detail, but everyone knows, Carl and I are both New Yorkers, but like we're about 5.5 hours away from each other.
Right.
Where Stutjo did is like 20 minutes from me. So it's like right in my backyard. Like,
golly.
So
you like in Brooklyn or something like that? Or you like in the New York City area or what?
I'm right outside the city. I used to be. I'm born and raised in the Bronx, but I live right. I'm at Westchester right now.
Say that again. Where Stutjo what?
Where Stutjo, where you said New York County, the Manhattan County, where he did it, it's like half hour from me, 20 minutes, half hour.
Oh. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's closer to me than Carl. Like,
understand. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, that's what makes it even funnier. Like when you go the area around here, that it's just like it's so far. We're like across state from each other.
It makes no sense. Yeah. And then you throw in that his claims also include a Florida jurisdiction, but hey, let him figure that out. Just it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Fantastically stupid.
Fantastically stupid. That is a great way to put it. Guys, thank you again, everyone, for being here. I'm going to try to sum up this story as best as possible. It is a little weird and complicated, so let's use this quick video to give us an overview of the story, and then Will, I'm going to turn it to you to talk a little bit more about it, and I will tell you what I know. So here we go. Bishop Sycamore High School. Skeptical Bowl.
Dude, people still make current rosters for that game.
Techno Bowl.
Big thank you to Gummi for sending me that.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
Here we go.
Sorry.
Yeah, Donald Kunzer. We need... You know what? That's a good one. I like that. You are so stupid. You are so stupid.
2021, a high school football game was being played at Hall of Fame Stadium in Kent. Live on ESPN, IMG Academy in Florida squared off against Bishop Sycamore, a school based out of Columbus, Ohio. But if anyone managed to watch the game in question, something was very wrong. The Bishop Sycamore Centurions looked completely overmatched. They were fucking destroyed. So on the surface, people have a laugh. Bishop Sycamore looked like a squad of scrubs getting their asses handed to them on national TV. But then you start looking into the school itself. There's a big problem. It technically doesn't exist.
Bishop Sycamore told us they had a number of Division I prospects.
I want to make it clear, and it says there, this is from ESPN, a live broadcast.
Wow. On their roster, to be frank, a lot of that...
We could not verify. Bishop Sycamore had boasted about how it's a major D1 prep school. But ESPN, a major media network, couldn't find any information about any of the players on their databases. If you try to look up Bishop Sycamore in regards to Ohio high school football, there's no data about that either. The OHSAA has nothing on them. Worst of all, just look at the team. Look at how they exit the tunnel. Look at the massive size differentials between teams. Look at the lack of discipline and preparation Bishop Sycamore has. This isn't a football school, this is a fucking pickup team that played 2 days earlier. You heard that correctly. A football team that was playing a game on a Sunday afternoon played a high school football game on Friday night.
Has anyone ever heard of such a thing? Ever?
No, but it happened also earlier. We'll get into that more. But
yeah.
There's another instance of it.
Yeah.
I might have I just realized I might have a little bit more insight to this than I should. I'm going to have to admit some academic shenanigans, but it's not going to be nowhere near as bad, but we'll get to it.
Okay. Yeah, please don't forget. Keep that in mind.
I just got to say, I really hustle. The fact they can hustle ESPN, I got to give them respect for that.
Wait till you hear the backstory. It's there. You know, it's funny. There's been so many moments on this show where we've talked about a con man where at some point my disdain turns into admiration, where I'm like, God, man. I mean, he might have been a criminal, but he had balls. You know, right. That is what we're looking at here, and you're going to see what happens. Yeah.
Had traveled to Pittsburgh to play Storats. They lost that game, but that's not the red flag. Why the hell would you need to play 2 games in 3 days? Bishop Sycamore is putting kids in their late teens and early 20s through this. Yeah, I said late teens and early 20s. Most of the guys on the roster were either 5th-year seniors or JUCO college dropouts.
JUCO college dropouts. Did you hear that? Some of these guys had children. Some of these guys were married.
5th-year senior.
Subjected to that pace. Wow. No wonder why they're getting their fucking asses kicked by IMG.
13th
Players
graders
are getting injured left and right, and ESPN doesn't know who the center is.
Okay, now here's one really interesting thing that we don't get too deep into, but this should be trainers and medics. That is a coach, and that is 2 mothers.
Somebody had to bring orange slices.
Yeah, but keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you find out that this guy on the ground tore his ACL.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
He wasn't on their roster list. BS also played a QB who was listed as a wide receiver. Here's part of the roster they show, by the way. Just name. No height, weight, or class. The team is so underfunded that players are sharing equipment. Incredibly professional. You should expect nothing less from the school that uses a P.O. box as their address. Or
yeah, watch them change helmets.
Now they keep changing.
Isn't that insane?
What'd you say? I'm sorry?
Watch them change helmets with each other.
During COVID. Yeah. We changed helmets during COVID.
Playing both ways, too.
Yes. That's true. Yeah, I don't think that even mentions that their defensive line suddenly turns into their offensive line.
Playing Iron Man, but they were called the Iron Men, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
they was like rusted Iron Man.
Yeah.
Now, again, I want to make this clear. This is all one game. I mean, we're seeing clips of various different games, but everything came crashing down with this one game on ESPN.
It's allegedly to protect the kids, but it goes way deeper than that. They play out of the Texas Christian Athletic League, based out of Ohio.
I knew it. I knew there was going to be some Christian element to this. Not just because of the Bishop Sycamore thing, but yes.
The Christian element is going to go deep.
Yes, no, okay, I just, real quick while it's on my mind, I know there are a ton of state-accredited schools that do this. They have programs, they're not really schools, they are literally run by families.
Some of the stories about these kids going to school, they went to the public library one time in October, and that was the only time that they actually did schooling for this Bishop Sycamore.
And there were
wow.
There were two instances of submitted classroom work for approval, and he's right. That was the one that was approved, but there was another one that was submitted in which the coach gave a sermon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that not standard?
This story is crazy. This story is crazy.
Look at how they were in 2020.
So they were an Ohio school that said they had like relations with Texas. Is that...
I get that it doesn't make sense yet. I get it. Just hang in there.
They did the jurisdictional paperwork correctly, unlike that.
John's lawyer.
Yeah. And it's funny because I looked into that fact and I'm trying my best to make a connection to explain it. Like maybe somebody else does this. No, all of the Texas schools in the Texas, what did they call it? Christian League were from Texas. It made perfect sense.
It's just like that Phoenix Online College.
I don't know how it seemed like so many people were just not paying attention. But all right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's hear.
Sycamore in their first season got absolutely gobsmacked by every opponent they had faced. 0-6 with 2 canceled games. 42 points for and 227 points against. The quarterback that year was apparently a linebacker convert who was ineligible for high school football. And did I mention most of their players are over the age of 18? The starting quarterback this year played in another state for 4 years. Most of their highly recruited athletes are fakes, either guys who lie about themselves or were duped by the higher-ups. And there are at least 3 of them here. Roy Johnson.
Look at this piece of garbage.
Cool.
By the end of this, you're going to want to murder this guy.
So while you're looking at this guy right now, this was what popped up for the that IMG game, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is part of the video that popped up.
This is footage from ESPN. Yeah.
Right. So at that time, in that video, where you're looking at right now, he is wanted for fraud.
He is wanted for fraud and for violating his parole term or his probation term.
The fraud.
Yeah, because he beat up his girlfriend.
The coach of BS, Andre Peterson, the director of BS, and Jay Richardson, a Columbus media personality and longtime partner of the two. Maybe we can find them and ask about the criminal charges levied on Johnson and Peterson. Loan fraud, bouncing checks, all the shit out of a back comedy. Yes, the head coach of the Centurions had an active arrest warrant at the time of the goddamn game. That would usually get someone fired before, but this is Bishop Sycamore. They have bigger issues. Do they have other jerseys to wear anymore? Where's the money? What elite high school has to run a GoFundMe for funding? Their goal was apparently $20,000. What did they earn? $140.
They had a GoFundMe for $20,000 and they raised $140.
Swinging a mess.
Wow.
I tried to talk about their educational pursuits, but I can find nothing
In all
on
fairness,
it.
they might have made the full money, but it was a bounce check from one of the coaches, so it went back to 140.
You don't know how close you are.
Word?
You don't know. You don't understand. Hold on.
They're learning, but there would be some sort of accreditation by a public school board. Their website was a fucking blogspot page that mostly showed tips on how to put together a recruiting tape. I say was because they scrubbed it. Fortunately, I made an archive. Behold its majesty. So with all of this, you may be asking, how do they get the kids to join them? That's simple. They play on their ambitions. Join us and you'll get noticed by D1 colleges. You'll get playing time. You'll be mentored by the Word of God. Stability and opportunity. Perhaps a second chance at attracting big-time scouts if you're over the age of 18. It's sweet nectar to the fly. Then they get trapped. Becomes a money pit for them. Now, I can hear people say they may have had good intentions, but they backfired. How the hell did ESPN or Paragon Marketing figure out nothing about Bishop Sycamore before the game? Even the slightest of research and background checks could have shown they were fraudulent. From what it seems, VS has shown that they give a shit about little besides lining their own pockets. But they were foolish enough to not only get caught once, be brazen enough to try their grift on national television. All three of these men belong in jail. They not only fuck with lives of kids thinking they have a legitimate shot at college football offers, but use the guise of religion to give them a sense of comfort in the proceedings.
There you go. Sperg Snake, you called it. And I mean, it's actually pretty predictable at this point that that's usually the leverage that people tend to use in order to get to prey on the good nature of people who want to help or do something good. You use religion and you suddenly get credibility. I'm going to play like the next 3 minutes of this. This is going to end real quick, and then I'm going to actually play a news story that came out about this at the time, and then we'll get
There's a
into
word for men
discussion.
like this.
That website is so bad. Like the fact that anyone like I'm surprised it wasn't like Bishop Sycamore at
Sycamore's at GeoCity. Oh yeah, I went GeoCities. You went Angel Fire. That's great.
If you were to go to the About Us in 2021, you got a 404 error. It was.
Oh yeah.
All right, so real quick, that's just the overview here, and now we're going to see a news piece that came out in Ohio on the news when this story started to break.
Have a good night, Donna.
Have a great night, Donna.
Night, Donna.
We'll see ya. Gotta bounce.
Roy Johnson, the head coach for Bishop Sycamore, they're a bit of a mystery in this game.
Well, they are a bit of a mystery of what type of team we're going to see. But the one thing we know about this infant stages program is that they are trying to help more kids have an opportunity to not only play high school football at a high level, but potentially to move on, get an education.
Jamie Ostroff got her hands on the paperwork that Bishop Sycamore leadership sent to ODE. It got them designated as a non-charter, non-tax supported school. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a designation for certain private schools. There are rules under Ohio law that you need in order to attain that status. First, you need to be formed around truly held religious beliefs. That's the language in Ohio State Code. Now, these schools still need to send information to the state every year that shows how many hours students attend school, what they're learning while they're there, and that the building is safe and up to code. So that is what Bishop Sycamore leadership describes, among other things, in these 18 pages that they sent to ODE last year. But it didn't take long for me to find multiple discrepancies. In its paperwork filed with the Ohio Department of Education ahead of the 2020-2021 school year, Bishop Sycamore reports an enrollment of 3 students. It says those students go to class from 7:10 a.m. to 3:05 p.m.
They have 3 students, but a football team. What?
This is crazy.
Yeah. All right.
At 303 South Grant Avenue, which also happens to be Franklin University's library. I asked the university if it ever had a relationship with Bishop Sycamore. School officials did reach out to us to look into leasing space, the spokesperson told me in an email. However, no contract was ever signed. Franklin even sent this letter to school director Andre Peterson in 2020, saying it was no longer interested in having a relationship with him after learning the high school was using the Franklin address on official paperwork. The paperwork also describes a partnership with 2 organizations, Advancing Science Worldwide and the Innovation Science and Education Foundation. Advancing Science Worldwide is a small nonprofit based in Arizona. It primarily supports schools in Africa. Advancing Science Worldwide, Inc. never had any partnership with the school called Bishop Sycamore, and we never provided them any educational materials, the nonprofit's president, Rithvik Masuku, told me in an email. But his organization did have a fiscal sponsorship agreement with the Innovation Science and Education Foundation. That, Masuko said, ended after ISE didn't send in its required paperwork. Masuku sent this letter of termination to 2 addresses provided by ISC. He said the letter was returned from the first, this office building in Easton, where I found no listing for ISC or Bishop Sycamore, and the second address was this house in Blacklick. No one answered the door there. An internet search returns no results for ISC, but the Franklin University letter links it to Andre Peterson. I have left multiple messages for Peterson. I have not heard back. And I also wanted to know how the Ohio Department of Education didn't catch any of this. They declined my request for an interview, and they have not responded to a list of questions that I emailed them. But they have said they are committed to looking into this matter further.
On Friday.
Okay, now I'm going to start trying to summarize what we just saw because it's getting complicated. So, there is a school in Florida called IMG. And, sorry, I had to clear my throat. And IMG is, and please, Mr. Heron, correct me where I go wrong here. IMG is a stepping stone school that is legitimate and has legitimate athletes. Has a legitimate education system, but is used to help promote athletes as a stepping stone into the major leagues of various sports. Am I right about that?
Sounds like they're filling a much needed gap.
Yes.
Well, so like guys like LeBron James, he didn't go to like a regular high school and stuff like that. Obviously, he didn't go to college. He went to an academy that was like a sports academy where he did go to school. He did learn. He did go to classes. But the primary focus of him being there was to play basketball. That's what he did all year was basketball. There was education involved, an accredited, obviously, school. But right, these things do exist. They're all over the country, and they're major ones. IMG, also one of the big ones. There's some, again, all over the country where you can send your kid who you may not be going to make it with his book smarts, but his opportunity will be in sports. And so, again, they exist. But what we'll be getting to is the difficulty is finding other teams to play against because there's not a lot of them, especially in the same sports.
Exactly. This is what you would consider maybe elite athleticism at these schools. And go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Super teams. I was going to say, yes. This is where I was going to be able to make my comparison. I too went to a Christian academy for high school. My mom decided to take me out of Cleveland public schools and put me into a Christian school because it sounded good. As soon as I got there, I was playing basketball all day, but on my own terms. There was no coach. There was nothing going on. It was a PACE program. They're accredited school. They're not so if you got expelled from public school, you could literally go to this Christian academy because it's an accredited school and you can still get a diploma and not a GED. It looks better for you as you age. But really, it's just it's like a detention school. It's like if you got kicked out of school, you're going here. So really, instead of my mom, my mom trying to help me in my education took me out of the bad school and put me where all the bad kids who got kicked out of the bad school already were. Now, while I was there,
Sperg, we've never had this conversation. I went to a similar school. I know exactly what you mean.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I just, as we were watching this, I was like, oh shit, I do got a little bit of insight. One year we picked up a coach and he wanted to get us scrimmages. And it was literally just like this team. It was, I'm 5'10", and everybody else the tallest guy was like 2 inches taller than me, maybe 6 foot. And he couldn't get us games because we were a Division IV school. And he literally put ads in the sports section in our local newspaper. Hey, can you get us scrimmages from other schools? He was asking Division I schools for scrimmages. We were literally a street ball pickup team. We played Ray DeVito's high school, the Lakewood Rangers. They were all 6'6". The shortest guy there was a foot taller than me.
Did they wear
helmets? What I'm saying? That's what I mean. They were in their practice gear. They were the Lakewood Rangers. Lakewood's a good school. High school. No, I've heard I don't know what Ray's excuse is, but they got a good curriculum over there, and we got blown the F out. It was like 70 points to 11, and I had 6 of those 11 points. And the coach was proud of me because he's like, you were playing pretty good out there. I was like, dude, I was trying to stay the fuck alive out there. These guys were out in my face screaming at me. They were like, UCLA. Like they were doing every trick in the, everybody was a deer in headlights, and we got schooled. So when I see like, a 52-7 blowout and Bishop Sycamore's getting killed like that, there's shenanigans going on here. One more thing I will say, after I was at that school for a while, the principal was accused of stealing the yearbook money for drugs.
Nice.
So there's not always they are hiding behind religion and taking advantage of people who want to actually better themselves, or these kids want to get out of their situation and looking at Bishop Sycamore as a avenue. Okay, I can pay tuition here and maybe get some eyes on me, like some actual professional eyes on me.
Yep.
It's preying on the hopes of naive people. It sucks. It really sucks. It makes me upset.
You don't know how similar our stories are. But IMG is the exact opposite of that in that IMG, I looked up all of the numbers that are associated with it. How much do you think tuition costs for IMG Academy, the school that we just talked about, which is a stepping stone to the majors?
$30,000 a year?
I'd say $5,000 to $10,000 a semester.
Yeah, something like that. I was going to say like $3,000 every 3 months or so. $1,000 a month, I guess I would say.
$80,000 a year.
Jesus shit.
Corn, you're close, man.
And a lot of these students come from out of state. That doesn't include their housing. It's insane. It's really, really insane. And sorry, I'm coughing today. They take this seriously. So yes. So everything you said is right. They had to find people to fill in gaps in their schedule. And that's where this whole story got revealed. And that score was not 59-7. It was 59-0.
Yeah. And that's the second time they played. They played before and they went by like 100. Like they racked the score like 119. Like it was bad.
And
like, they know each other.
I'm going to turn this over to you, Mr. Heron, to give us a little bit more info on the details of what was going on. And I have some more video to play, but I'm going to see how much information we can get from doing it this way, because I think this is just a little bit more fun and entertaining for the audience.
Well, I got a really good documentary from Flimlow Raps. He actually did like a 40-minute video on this as well. We kind of broke things down.
Let me stop you. That video I was about to play is that video.
I did my research too, man. I looked into it.
I searched so many channels that covered it, and his was the only one that covered all of it. And I really liked it. I did not like the style. I did not like the commentary, but when he stated the facts of it, he went deep. And I was like, dude, this rocks. And I was totally going to give him a shout out if we played it. So, but yes, go ahead.
Yeah, no, Flimmo's awesome. And he does a whole bunch of stories regarding sports and things like that. So check him out when you get a chance. So this guy Johnson, he started, I believe it was 2019, maybe even before, doing these academies. So this was like his third attempt, I believe, before he got busted. And it was a Christian academy, doing the same thing like the lady said during the news story, was at a Christian type of academy where he was bringing people in, and like maybe 3 people were there, but you had a full football team. 2019, obviously that was close to a worldwide epidemic that took place. Well, since you know what was going on, people were getting sick everywhere, it was really hard to try to book teams in order to try to fill these slots. So that's where this guy Johnson was getting involved, by getting his teams in front of other teams and be able to try to sell us hocus pocus. You see the kids on TV on sports, and you're going to think, yeah, let's send them there. And so that's basically kind of how the hustle started. But, I mean, it really gets disgusting. You know,
hold on. Let me stop you real quick before we get to that stuff, because that's where it takes just a total turn in the story. But I want to just fill in a little bit of those gaps that you talked about, in that he was a member of a church that was a primarily African-American church that had African roots in their Orthodox belief system. And he started a school on paper for the church, and then started a football team that was called Christians of Faith School.
Right.
Yes. Obviously, he really decided to phone it in on the name, Christians of Faith, And his story that he tells, and again, I would really recommend everyone watch BS High on Max if you can. His story that he tells is that his attempt was to compete with schools like IMG to create something that gave opportunities to kids and then also gave them elite level training, elite level coaching, a superior education to help them get into school, and also to have a brand associated with it. And so he goes so far as even getting some schematics made of a stadium and a school and various things. And then he starts, the story we hear is that he just starts driving around neighborhoods. He starts driving around neighborhoods and asking kids, are you in school? Do you play football? And when they say yes, he shows them the schematics of the school. Something happened there. He starts showing them the schematics of the school, telling them that this is his plan and that this is what he wants to do. And that they can be in on the ground floor of a great football team and a potential stepping stone to the majors.
FOMO.
Exactly.
So
well,
he just grifted with a vision board. That's what I'm getting out of this.
God, that's really not that far off. I mean,
I was going to say, yeah, you're making the presentation, and then it's almost like a timeshare in a way too. It sounds so good to be true, but then you get roped in and you're just in this mire of paperwork and shenanigans.
So ultimately what happens is we're not totally clear on the facts of what happened behind the scenes. But for whatever reason, the church says, we don't want to be associated with you anymore. Well, he's already gotten a team and a school together that even played a couple of games. And so everything comes crumbling down in its first iteration. So then he just basically repackages the deal and tries again. And this time he comes up with Bishop Sycamore High School, with not really a lot to substantiate that name. But let's get
August
to it.
27th,
Not
the Bishop
sure,
Sycamore Centurions.
Not sure what happened to Mr. Heron.
Just for while you're doing your thing, at the Bishop Sycamore Centurions, we were the Crossroad Christian Crusaders.
Wow. But they were all spelled with K's.
Oh, that would have been funnier. That would have been a lot funnier.
All right, so let's get a little bit of this story here.
Lost the game to Stowe Rocks High, but they wouldn't have to wait long for redemption, as somebody thought it would be a great idea to have them suit up again only 2 days later. In that game, they took on one of the best.
Hey, Mr. Aaron just sent me a message and said that his phone died. He was using his phone.
Oh, okay.
All right. Just gonna let him know it's all good. We'll just continue on with this story.
Best teams in the country on national television with everybody watching. And what happened next caused lava from a dormant volcano to erupt into one of the biggest high school football scandals this country has ever seen.
Bishop Sycamore. Jamie Ostroff got her hands on the paperwork that Bishop Sycamore leadership sent.
A high school football team based in Ohio who managed to.
Okay, the first iteration. Well, actually, let's start with the main event. The thing that happened on ESPN was 2021.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I guess the 3 years preceding is when this starts. So I guess this starts around 2019. Yeah.
To not only secure a game versus 5-star national powerhouse IMG Academy, but they even managed to get ESPN to broadcast the game live. Bishop Sycamore proceeded to get drugged 58-0, but believe it or not, this wasn't even the first time they played IMG Academy. They actually took the field against the Florida powerhouse back in October of 20.
Yo.
I'm sorry, just some breaking Dabbleverse news.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, SP is gone. They have she's been on a dating site and they have her profile.
I thought we already knew that.
But the pretty anti-social chicks put up actual screenshots from the day.
Oh.
Yeah, they got so Shout out
got her
to Jackie
Tinder
and Haley.
pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. So just
Now
yeah.
that's
She's cute, but you know she smells like Stonies, and she's got a bra on the ceiling.
on the ceiling fan, yeah, spinning. Yeah.
that is funny. I know they've been, I guess now to think about it, yeah, they've been saying that she's gone.
Right, but apparently these
now they have the proof.
Yeah.
What a dope.
Man, I hope SP gets on T and does a thing about Aaron.
I believe SP is going to be on This Little Piggy next week.
Oh, God, that would be.
Wouldn't that be done? Oh man,
I'm kidding. I would actually love for her to go on with Pretty Antisocial first. Like women, it's funny. When it comes to getting your aggression out, women just know how to cut deep to your soul. And I'm sure that they would just really pick Aaron apart with her first.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, but I just figured
that'd be great. No, that's great. That's great.
Notice.
20. They lost that contest 56-6, which means that across 2 games versus IMG Academy, Bishop Sycamore was outscored 114-6. But after the second beatdown was broadcast live on ESPN, more and more people began to dig into the school's past. A past shrouded in controversy, lawsuits, bench warrants, and lies.
Okay, I just realized we're at an hour and 46. All right, I'm gonna try to sum this up. Maybe we make a second episode about this. Here's what's going on.
Okay.
This asshole was a born con man. Nothing he was saying he was doing was he actually doing. It turns out he never had any intention of a school. He brought all these kids together, telling them that they're going to get all this, coverage, connections to Division I schools. All the while, he is booking their travel in their hotel and not paying it, or giving stolen credit cards along the way. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, we find out that he is also making money off of these football games and pocketing it. Apparently, you actually split viewership numbers. There's an amount based on viewership numbers and ads. The larger the games get.
No shit.
And so that starts to come out. That's not bad enough. It turns out he also has $300,000 worth of unpaid bills traveling with him, and people start doing some digging. He was putting the hotel rooms in the names of the over 18 players on the team without their knowledge.
So he was fucking their credit up.
It gets worse.
The entire time they're playing. Okay.
Wow. Then he convinces all of them that now remember, this is during COVID. He convinces several of them, not all of them, several of them, that there are tuition dues and they're behind, and he needs them to fill out paperwork in order to get loans to pay their tuition. They were PPP loans that he was taking out on behalf of the team.
God.
Yes.
I'm speechless right now. There's thoughts forming, but Jesus,
yeah.
You know how you said there's a little bit of admiration about these scumbags sometimes?
Yeah.
My bad. Man, I should have been employing my mom and my dad and my sister. I should have been putting in for PPP loans. Damn it.
Seriously.
That's how people get murdered.
I am telling you,
dude, the government will come get their money.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, they did, and they went after the kids. He ruined the lives of all of these kids. Now it turns out, and again, it gets worse. Turns out, yes, and you're absolutely right, CORNdiff. I don't know how this guy's still walking. Turns out there was one kid on the team that actually had some real legit talent. He was their quarterback. He actually got scouted by Grambling and got an offer. And they, in this documentary, BS High, you see that this kid is over the moon. His parents are obviously, way, proud of him, excited. They show him accepting the offer. They show him, trying on his jersey. But then one day he gets a call, and the sports department at Grambling says, "You were associated with the Bishop Sycamore thing. We can't take you."
Oh no.
And had his whole scholarship revoked.
That's crazy.
Oh, poor
They're like, "You're guilty by association, kid. You're out of here." Wow.
They wanted no part of it.
Wait, how did they not know that before making the offer?
That's what is weird, right?
That does kind of defy logic.
Like,
but
why would they make an offer without knowing his past a little bit?
I agree that is offer. That's weird.
Maybe the offer was made before the news broke.
Maybe,
I don't know what the timing is, but he's totally right. I mean, CORNdiff is right to be skeptical. I don't get that one either. I really don't. I'm not sure. Maybe there was an analysis at the beginning and they didn't mind it, and then it got bigger and bigger and broke bigger news, and they said, well, now we got to draw a line in the sand.
Yeah,
maybe
probably
that's what happened.
when it went from like local to national. They're like, oh,
right.
Right.
So then this guy is pure fucking garbage. This guy is disgusting. So then what happens next? There was something else. Oh, so he gets confronted as to several of these things that he was doing with the quote unquote school. Oh. Here's the thing. So he didn't have a staff. They didn't have any kind of staff. They didn't have school. Everyone knew it, but were just kind of told to keep it a secret. The kids at night, when they're traveling to these cities, go in groups to go steal food because he never fed them. They're going and stealing food out of Walmarts and grocery stores to feed themselves. And then at one point, when they're supposed to have trainers and medical staff, he instead says, let's get some moms on the field and let's get some moms to help. And they start becoming unpaid, of course, volunteer staff as trainers. And one of them claims that she was in a car with him and he drove to a FedEx Kinko's, and he said, hold on, I need to get some money, and came out with a check that he had drafted and copied and started filling it out to pay off a debt. And she said, I saw it. I know exactly what he was doing. And she said, did you make that in there? And that he smiled and laughed and just filled it out and put it in an envelope or something like that. The guy was forging checks. So, I mean, like these documentarians dug deep into every person that claimed he owed money to. He took them on a team building exercise at a paintball competition, gave a stolen credit card.
Oh my God.
And the guy apparently didn't forget it. They interview him and they're just like, how much does he owe you? He goes, the guy owes me $800. It is insane. So he takes out all these loans for the kids, and creditors start coming after the kids. All these kids are talking about how their parents are like, he said one guy walked in and his mom hit him. And his mom was like, what did you do? And he goes, what are you talking about? She said, you took out a loan. Now you're in collections. He goes, I never took out a loan. And she shows him all this paperwork. And he goes, I got fooled. I got fooled into filling out paperwork for the school. And there's nothing they can prove that they didn't do it. So he ruins all their credit, ruins their lives. And then he gets asked about the school, like the actual schedule for the school. And they're like, that didn't seem weird to you that you would play 2 games within a matter of 3 days? And he said, look at the rule book. There's no rule against it. And then they do, and it turns out he's right. This guy actually studied the rule books to determine what he could get away with. So then they said, well, didn't it occur to you that every player should have been under 18? And the guy goes, look at the rule book. There's no limitation on age. They look at the rule book, and it turns out he's right. This guy had planned this out. And so you realize that if this guy had focused all of this attention and energy on a legitimate means to earn money, he probably would have been great at it. But this motherfucker was just born to be dirty. He didn't want a clean life. He wanted to, like, this guy just seems like his enjoyment is scamming people and stealing. Like, he's living off the rush of it. So they basically tell him, because he lies and lies and lies throughout this documentary, and at the end they finally confront him with all of the facts that they have, and this guy just doesn't stop lying. And they tell him to his face, we know the numbers, we know the people involved, they know this. And at some point they call him out and they say, give us 2 names of players who have, or they ask him basically, do you think you had a positive effect on these players? And he's like, yeah, of course I did, man. I did everything for these kids. I tried so hard. You know, they know the effort and the good deeds that I really wanted to do for these kids. And they go, okay, great. Give us 2 names of players on the team. And he gives them 2 names. And then they confront him and they say, you told us to give you 2 names of 2 players and they're going to have positive things to say about you. He goes, yep. And they play him video of interviewing those 2 players. And the 2 players are saying, this guy ruined my life. I broke my foot, or I tore my ACL. I'm never going to play football again. And this guy also just completely ruined my life. and one of the guys he gives is the guy from Grambling, or the guy who had the
scholarship.
The scholarship. Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word, declined. And he goes, he completely ruined my life, and I will never forget him ruining my life. And the guy literally just keeps digging his heels in the ground. He's just like, I can't believe he said that, man. I did so much for that kid. And then they're just like, you're a liar. You are just a liar. And he just will not stop. What's funny is I really recommend people in the Dabbleverse watch it, because you're going to see, and we've done this before, there's so much crossover with the con men in the Dabbleverse.
Parallels.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a framework for these people.
That's a better word. Yes. Just digging his heels in the ground, and he just keeps saying it over and over. He's like, okay, look, man, maybe I didn't pay some bills, but look, life gets in the way, no big deal. And they're like, no, this is $300,000 and you ruining the lives of people.
This happens to everyone, though, Luigi.
I mean, that's literally what his responses were. They're insane. So how this guy is not in prison, or like CORNdiff says, this is how you get murdered.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I'm impressed by. I am so surprised that not one of those students who've grown up tracked this MFer down and put 2 in his chest. Easily. They got nothing else to lose now. Well, I shouldn't be like that. That's probably rude. But you know what I mean? It's like, I could see myself.
But he ruined their life.
Getting that vindictive. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Terms of service in Fortnite. Birthday.
It might. I mean, I realize you're trying to be politically correct, but you're not that far off, because he ruined their life. We're not saying anything about their socioeconomic status.
Right.
Outside of that,
it's literally,
he might have ruined their life to the point that they have nothing to lose.
Thank you for cleaning up for me, Luigi. That's why you're good at.
No. I knew what you meant, but it's crazy. And now here's where it gets really weird. Would you believe he tried to do it again?
Yes.
You see, that's exactly. It's the. He got away with it.
There's no.
He got away with it, even if
he again.
Exactly.
Exactly, CORNdiff. He is a shirker of the system. He knows the system well enough, and so he wants to try to operate outside of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to think I was good enough to do that, and believe you me, and Joey C will probably confirm too. The federal government is not something to screw around with. It is not. Nope. Student loans aren't something to screw around with. Don't be putting M80s in mailboxes, and well, we don't really do that anymore. They're not on the corner like they used to be, but you know what I'm saying? Like there's just things that you would be doing that you wouldn't think would be such a big deal, but as soon as the proper people start learning about your shenanigans, you're done for. You are done for.
And so this guy has not given up his claim that that he was trying to do good despite all the evidence to the contrary, and that he was trying to do a good thing. And here's the weirdest part of this story. It is so strange. Well, I guess, I didn't think about the dichotomy or the the paradox here is that I want you to go watch the documentary, but I am also going to spoil it. In the end, they ask him, do you think you did good for these lives? And he says, well, yeah, I did. I know I did. And then they say, what's in it for you? And the guy gets this devilish smile and he says, I'm getting attention. And you find out that the person who produced this documentary was Michael Strahan. And he says,
motherfucking Michael Strahan.
And he says, Michael Strahan called me and I'm talking to you. And he thinks he's won because this was his goal, was to be famous. And wow. And you realize there's just this barrier in his psyche that's just not permeated with reality. And he's smiling. He's like, yeah, that's right. And the way
we meant
Dark Aaron M. Hope.
Yep.
That's exactly where I was going. That's exactly where I was going, Corn. You read my mind. I was going to interrupt Luigi just to say, sounds like another one for the toe.
Yeah, he literally got his $50 slap on the wrist only.
Yeah.
Dark Aaron M. Holt. and it's insane. He's literally warping the situation to say I won. Or that I'm the good guy in this. I mean, it is insane. It is insane.
He'll be saying that to himself while he sits in jail still. Like people like that never stop doubling down.
CORNdiff, do you remember when we started this show and it was just you and me and we were talking about the Amityville Horror and you and I were getting to know each other. We didn't know each other well. And I said so many times in those first 2 episodes, God, CORNdiff, you are so good at jumping off points. Do you remember that?
It's been a while since I've heard that, but yes,
okay. Well, today's the day.
Compliments to the Corn.
You are so great at jumping off points because in 2023, Roy Johnson, this dickhead here, got arrested for trying to pass a stolen credit card at a Best Buy. But guess what? I believe it was, I don't remember the details, but hours after being arrested, he sends out a message on Instagram or X, Bishop Sycamore's coming back.
Holy shit.
You know why? Because Ohio probably didn't change any of those fucking laws or rules in any of those books.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, welcome back, Mr.
There he
Harris.
is.
What's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. We're actually just closing up the show, but the story. But maybe there's something you'd like to add. But I am actually telling the story about how after it was all said and done, that this guy was arrested for trying to pass a stolen credit card at a Best Buy, and that hours after his arrest, he sends out a message on social media saying that Bishop Sycamore is coming back.
Baby.
Damn.
Bro, if you're walking into a Best Buy in 2023, that should be like a sting operation. Something's wrong. Like, who the hell walks into a Best
shit.
Buy? Like that's a red flag. Like, anyone who goes there should instantly be checked out by the police. Should be taken questioning.
I gave a real summary of everything about the unpaid bills.
You talked about the hotels.
I talked about the hotels, the PPP loans.
Using the guy's credit card, the dad's credit card.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yes. Okay. So apparently one of the dads wants to tag along with the team one night and gets a knock on the door saying, we need payment And he says, "Why are you asking me?" And the coach had put the hotel in the name of the dad.
15 rooms for like
15 rooms,
nights or
yeah.
something like that. Got him,
bro.
Yeah, fucking wow. That's
so.
I'm surprised that guy didn't go kick his ass.
So one thing that CORNdiff brought up, Mr. Heron, is that it is kind of a little bit shocking to all of us that this guy is not only not arrested, that he's still breathing.
Yeah.
It is.
They talked about the moms and how upset the moms were. Like I heard you talk about the mom like slapped the kid and stuff like that, but like again, they thought they were sending the kid to a Christian academy, you know, to play sports and like their last chance kids. But like I don't know, like I never want to blame the kids, but like 18 and 20 years old in this kind of situation, unless they've been duped, you know, maybe they're not the greatest of kids too. I don't know. It's not their fault. I get it. It's just
That's
there's
my
an element
takeaway.
of
Is
that,
that yeah, that they were probably disaffected in some way. They were looking to get out of regular school system and get more focus and attention on themselves, and because in a smaller group it's easier to shine, you know. So like you guys mentioned, there was one kid that was looking to get out of here, and he almost had that scholarship, and it got yanked away because of this jerk face.
None of them fit in the normal educational system, so they were looking for something untraditional. So probably every step that was weird, they're probably okay. Maybe this is what it takes.
And then also, like, I'm not saying this like to be like an asshole, but like, you know, if these are kids in quote unquote high school who are like 20, their education level.
Well, that's the thing is we don't really know the status of those because a lot of these kids a lot of their information were anonymous and unless they wanted to share it because they were victims in the situation. Right. But some of the older kids, we're not certain if they were products of a bad education or if they might have fully understood what they were doing. That's not totally clear, meaning they knew it was a scam. And now one thing I didn't talk about, Will, maybe you could fill us in a little bit. I just realized I skipped it, but there were apparently a couple of incidents along the way where the team, while knowing they weren't getting an education, they started to really doubt this guy's credibility and also whether or not he was totally sane. Do you remember those two incidents? If not,
I don't remember those incidents.
It's fine.
Something that I do remember when they were having to steal food in
talked
order
about
to
that.
eat.
Yes. Now,
something that one of the things they brought up is this guy Johnson, when they asked him, you know, you did good things, right? Like you fed them when they were hungry because they didn't have food. Well, you also brought them into the situation where there was no place for them to have food. There was no food for them. Like you put them in this position where they had to steal and do all these terrible things, but you may have fed them once or twice.
yeah. And we were actually
the logic behind that. And then again, not being able to eat, so they would have to go to Kroger's and just steal or Walmart, steal what they could and bring it in. Now, if that's true or not, that's their allegations, but that's what those kids said.
And a lot of them say it.
Right. It was
so
common.
One thing we were kind of drawing a parallel to was this guy's not that far off from our locals in the Dabbleverse, like Aaron and John, in that by the end of that documentary, he still thinks he's the good guy, or at least I don't really believe that he believes it, but I do think he is trying to convince everyone that he did something good. And it's weird. It's really weird. But those two incidents that I was talking about were that all of the team has said that these things happened, that this guy was really vicious and like really, really disgusting. Or actually, I guess it's three incidents. One is that he apparently beat his girlfriend in front of the students, and at one point, like, hit his girlfriend and then told the students, "That's what you got to do to shut him up," like something like that.
Wow.
I've made a joke that I would still be married if I slapped my wife around, but I don't really mean it. You know, like I never set an example in front of the stepchildren or anything, you know.
Wow.
And then there was another incident where the context of it is still up for debate. Even the students will tell you, we don't know what led to this, but they were apparently in a parking lot of a hotel, and Roy Johnson claimed that a homeless man was trying to break into his car. That part is what's up for debate, in that none of the students saw this homeless guy trying to break into the car, and they think this might have been somewhat staged, in that Roy Johnson just saw an opportunity and just said, hey, this homeless guy tried to break into my car, and took off his belt and put it around the homeless guy's neck and told everyone to kick his ass while he held him down.
Oh my God. No, I didn't see any of that.
Damn.
That was in the BS High documentary.
Wow.
And that another instance was that he was driving a car that had some of the students in it, and he saw a flock of geese, and that he just said, sometimes you, something along the lines of, sometimes you just got to be vicious, and rammed this flock of geese, killing several of them, and then backing the car up to kill more of them, and then trying to look cool in front of these kids by saying, that's how vicious I am, don't get in my way. And basically threatening the kids. And he said that there was one kid who literally called his mom and said, I don't want to do this anymore. Come pick me up. And that mom on the BS High documentary testifies, or I'm sorry, in the interview says that he has PTSD, and that literally it messed him up. That like he is scared to go outside because like he's paranoid now. And I mean, this guy, has no redeeming qualities. None whatsoever. And
There's nothing
really
to get out of him. If these students and families go after him, what are you going to get?
What are they going to
How
get?
much?
Yeah.
Nothing. He's got nothing.
See, that's why I don't mean to be playing in the stereotypes, but I come from a neighborhood where somebody pulled this type of shenanigan, he wouldn't be walking straight anymore at the very least.
I am 100% behind that, in that I know exactly what you mean. And then you're not just pissing off one person, you're pissing off
It's a community.
a community. I mean, you're absolutely right. No, dude. We're all here to contribute, man. You're
No,
dead
I'm
on.
getting a little fired up
Exactly
though. This irks me because
go for it, man. That's why we're here. All good.
Well, it irks me because he robbed these kids of their potential, man.
Yes.
It's like it's in our state of the things, you know, like people are already struggling to get out of poor neighborhoods. They don't need some asshole like this, you know, making it even worse, ruining their credit, not feeding them, taking advantage of the mothers, wanting to help their own children.
I mean, this guy's a monster. He is a fucking
there's a lot of levels to this, you know?
Yeah, and
I can't
go ahead.
I still can't figure out how that dad that he put the hotel rooms on. How there wasn't a bigger issue there.
They did it twice to him. Yeah, the dad went back to do another trip. It was like, they wouldn't do that again, and they did. Yeah.
This guy did have a talent, an
Well,
ability.
you know what? That's the dad's fault
him.
the second time.
Yeah,
I
no
agree.
kidding.
I agree.
I do agree with that. But this guy just had a talent of talking himself out of stuff, or at least relying on people's good nature in you know, giving him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, this dude, I swear to God, if there's any person that I can think of right now who deserves to be in prison without a trial or due process, it's this fucking piece of shit. I mean, this guy is evil. And again, watch BS High. I'm telling you, it blew my fucking mind. I could not believe what I was hearing. And that this guy, and one thing I said while you were gone, Will, is that this guy invested so much time and effort and skill into pulling off this con that you have to think that if you would have put that same amount of skill and work and talent into something legitimate, that you could have made this money legitimately and not have not victimize anyone and not have charged against you. He was innovative in a weird way, but he just wanted to steal.
It's like what Solo said. The first time you can kind of forgive him. He goes back, licks his wounds, corrects his sail, gets back out there, legitimately tries it. You forgive him. But when he did the same thing the second time, and now he's doing it a third time, that's no mas.
Over. It's over. It's
Yeah.
over. And
I don't
what's
even think
Go
it's
ahead.
a thing about stealing. I think it's more of like a God complex. Like I think they're having power over a group of people.
That
More than the actual stealing, to be honest with you.
That's, you know what? I think that's good. Yeah. All right.
Well, see, yeah, there's a perfect storm of adrenaline. I'm getting one over on people.
Yeah.
I got on ESPN. Michael Strahan called me, and now you're interviewing me. That's his win. That's what he wants. He doesn't care about being famous or infamous. Like he said, he wanted the attention. I don't think it was ever about him being rich. He just wants his name in the paper. He made a thing happen.
Well,
and that's going to be cemented now. You know, we're talking about it.
Once again, to bring to the Dabbleverse, look at Aaron. I will work in any radio station for free, but I need to be on that radio station, so my name is up there.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Not far off. Not far off. And yeah, man, this is a weird one. And folks, if there's any show that's an educational show, if there's any show of our episode of ours that is for educational purposes, just, man, there are people like this who live and breathe and walk amongst us who just want to hurt, steal, victimize. Don't God, just don't trust
If
it.
it looks too good to be true, it's not true.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
not true.
Read the paperwork in front of you before you sign that shit, yo. I feel bad for those kids, man.
There's a part of this documentary. I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of this documentary I welled up. It made me sad. I was just like, this son of a bitch just did not mind destroying people's lives and families. And it hit me because, I mean, Sperg, like you, I did not know that was your background. I have a very, very similar background. My parents were poor. I do know what government cheese tastes like.
Yep.
I haven't heard government cheese in a while. I love you, Luigi.
And
you get that fucking log.
And there were people I knew who literally just really had to have a game plan in their teens of how to get out of this life situation. I was one of them. And I wasn't very good at sports. I just had to rely on my brain. And this one really got me emotional. And I really recommend everyone go watch BS High on Max. Just, this is a cautionary tale for everyone to just be careful. There are people out there who just want to hurt you, steal from you, take from you. Oh, it's awful. It sucks. And normally we do like to end our show with a wrestling match, but I think everybody knows the circumstances. We couldn't get to it.
Sorry, guys.
This week. No. This was a fun, episode. No.
I sort of got a running bit with Luigi. Sort of. It's usually on my channel.
This is good. I'm gonna spotlight you. Hold on.
Okay.
We've been through the alarm fart, the amplified fart, and last time I was on it was the bathtub fart. Today, it will be the biggest fart in the world fart.
I'm listening.
Okay. Just to clarify for the new audience, there are two categories of farts. Like, there are people who are ashamed of their farts. There are people who are very much, proud of their farting.
Not just proud.
The biggest. Oh, go ahead.
Boastful.
Yeah. Exactly. And this is one to be boastful of. Let's get into it. The biggest fart in the world fart. Like the great bald eagle, this fart is pretty well described just by its name. This can be in either group 1 or a group 2 fart and can occur in just about anywhere. I heard at one time a group 2 identification in a crowded high school auditorium one night, right in that silence that happens when the room of people has stopped singing the Star-Spangled Banner, had sat down. It came from the back. There was not a soul in that room that missed it. A fart like that can be very impressive. The most diagnostic characteristic of the biggest fart in the world is its size. The fart freaks who go around showing off, like farting like popcorn machines, making their faces before they fart, or asking you to pull their finger when they fart, never has what it takes to have this fart. Which is one rarer even among your most serious farters. Luigi Greenberg, have you ever had a biggest fart in the world fart where more than 30 people have witnessed it at one time?
I had 3 today.
That's perfect. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And while you were reading that, I almost forgot I've been wearing a football helmet this whole time.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah, almost.
That's what made the legal
about
speak
that.
amazing.
How about this? How about this? Was you one of this?
Oh yeah, now you're in the wig party. All right.
Yeah.
I got a
all right.
helmet.
Barrister Luigi.
I like this. There you go. Yes, Barrister Luigi. Kind of like that. All right. Oh, we should have. Oh, you know what we should have? Karmic Court. That's it.
But instead of guilty, not guilty, it's gay or not gay.
Yes.
Gay or not gay?
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
No, I can't even do it.
Well, what is that? I want to see it though. What is it? Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Texas Tech.
Very nice. You should have been wearing that the whole time.
It would not go on my head.
I'm kidding.
It is, I used to be a manager for the football team back in like 2001, and that fell off the truck.
Gotcha.
I gotcha.
Nice. You went to Tech, huh?
I did my second attempt at college.
Got it.
Hey.
Was the first Bishop Sycamore by any chance?
What? May I ask what year you were?
Ooh, it was 2001. I was going for psychology. It was during September 11th. I just gotten out of the army like 6 months earlier, and I thought they were gonna pull me back. I was like, oh no, but they didn't. I weaseled my way out because I was in college. So,
Okay. All right.
Hey, GI Bill, man, pay your way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had disability and stuff like that, and they squared me away. VA took care of me.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Very lucky.
I've been to Lubbock, and it is a odd place, and so that's why I was curious. Was like
Flat.
2001 is a weird time to be in Lubbock. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I went in September 11th. I had a government class, and we had the class, and it was like in the afternoon. And so like I just saw this. So the first tower hit, and I was like, oh no, what a tragedy. And like I'm watching the news, and then boom, the second one hits. And I'm like, that was on purpose. And so like that's when like everything changed, as you know. And I went to this government class there on campus, and like people were screaming and fighting and yelling at each other. And like one guy was, "We need to be peaceful," and the other guy's like, "Fuck you! We need to go to war with these people." And like,
whoa,
it was why the professor just like stood back and like let him go. And it was one of the wildest classes I went to. And like I was a vet too, and I was infantryman, so I was like, I wanted to kind of, but I just just be quiet. And it was interesting.
Man,
So,
that's
rambling story.
no, I love it. Off air, I'm going to tell you a crazy story you might find interesting. But man, thank you everyone for being here. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. This was fun. A little bit of legal talk at the beginning, and a little bit of our regular nonsense at the end. Oh, I didn't realize I was so tiny.
I feel like we got more education than those poor kids did, like their whole time.
Yeah, no shit, man.
And it's
Wow.
so sad though.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Like, I just
Are
can't.
they kids 18 and 20?
Well, not all of them were 18 and 20. Like some
Some
of
are older.
Some,
Yeah, but still, I mean,
Some
if
of
it
them-
was like,
some
You're
of them
right.
were
They're
some of them were 16.
You know, it depends on the situation. Like if you're that age and you're getting hustled out of like paperwork, I'd say they're still a kid.
Yes.
But if you're out doing some like dumb shit, like some gang shit or whatever, then you're an adult. So it depends on the situation. But I would call them kids because they're still immature, like in life experience for that. It's not like a right or wrong thing. It's more of just like aware of your surroundings, what's going on around you. So I would say they were kids.
Didn't you say
they got a
that
hard
had-
lesson early on.
Right,
Yeah, he had them stealing stuff from stores.
Well, he didn't have them. They resorted to it because they
Okay,
weren't because
He wasn't
Yeah.
feeding them.
They were
they had
hungry.
no choice. Yeah.
yeah, and man, it is just such an insane story. And this is just one. I mean, yeah, more so than most. Just really tugged at my heartstrings.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who is it?
Yeah.
Hold on, in the comments. Hold on. Someone asked for Stachungsta. There you go. Okay, sorry. Stachungsta. This one's for you. If anyone knows what that is, that is the Mike Walker fart, the infamous Mike Walker fart. Dang Lizard, thank you for the €2. LGBTQX court, gay or not gay, jury of your queers.
I agree with that. That's great. Shout out Dang Lizard. His channel's he's got some good clips on his channel now too. So
he does.
Yes, Dang Lizard. Okay, Dang Lizard. I'm gonna give you this. Applause. Well done. Well done. That's what we do here. Well done. We like to reward. Yes, and your channel is great. Are you able to put a link in there?
I'm looking right now. As we
okay.
speak.
Yeah, please throw a link in there. That'd be great. The guy stuff of LawTube. You know, it's funny.
That's guy stuff.
I have been asked repeatedly about LawTube, and like people have just said that I got a knack for it, but that's only because it's my day job. I mean, like if you ask anyone to talk about their day job, they're gonna be good at it. But when I did the Pretty Antisocial show, they asked me, did you ever think about doing this? And my answer was no, I have not. And they're like, why not? And I really I couldn't believe I thought of this so quick, but I just said, you know, if you make hamburgers all day and then you go home and you get asked to make hamburgers, it's going to just be annoying. You know, you just don't want to do it. You're burned out. And
I understand.
Yeah. And so the fact that I got such positive feedback is really kind of making me think twice about it. And if
you sound
there's
like Nick, like you were like Nick, and then Kaylee and you guys are kind of bouncing off each other. Like it would be cool to have you, Kaylee, and Nick together. Like I haven't sent them or talked to him about this case. I talked to him last week a little bit, but like I want to talk to him about this and see what he thinks about the story and have him read the pages and laugh. Yeah, he probably already has, but you and him would go real well together. You, Kaylee, and Nick.
I'm
putting that in the universe.
I think it's okay to say. I don't think he'll mind. That idea has actually been thought about.
Cool.
And
be careful around that Nick guy.
I reached out to Nick.
Better watch out.
But I took the hint that he wasn't interested. And maybe that'll change. I think that I might have said a few things that he might not have liked because they were just kind of fun to say. And I think that he might have thought I was trolling, which I think is a fair thought. But I really felt that after I did Pretty Antisocial, he might have changed his opinion, thought, oh, wait, maybe this guy does know what he's talking about. And we talked a couple of times after that. And he did like my legal takes on the show. But then the conversation kind of died off after that. But I'm going to try again. And I'll just see if maybe he's interested. We actually had an idea for him on this show. And I proposed the idea, and he was interested at first for a little while, and then I think he just his senses got to him. We're like, I don't think I should do it, but it would have been fun. I'm going to tell you that it would have been fun.
You know, I don't know if it was that because the timing of it.
It was the timing. It was the timing.
Yeah, because he had the other stuff with Aaron come up like right around, so he might have just forgot about it, which I wouldn't blame him.
Oh. Okay, I see what you're saying. I was saying it was the timing of doing my idea, which I agree might not have been the best of timing. But we had a very specific idea for him that he was like, when and where do I need to do this? And I was like, here are the details. And he's like, let me think about it. And then we never heard back from him. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna push him about it because I think it was a good idea. All right.
The idea.
And I really think it would get a big audience, honestly.
I don't know what the shtick is. Like, sounds interesting. I mean, just you guys talking back and forth, going over the case like that. Just, what do you think? What he thought?
I'll tell you off. I'll tell you off the air. I don't because if there's any chance that he'll do it, I think it'll just be because it's not talked about. I will gladly tell you off the air. And
okay.
I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. All right. So, all right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I love everyone in the audience. Thank you so much for the generosity, for the gifted memberships, for the super chats. We appreciate everything. You do not have to give to contribute to the show. Just a simple watch and a simple hit of the like button is very much appreciated. Thank you. And our button is not actually a like button. It is a not gay button. You hit it when you're not gay. Let's see.
Fist that not gay button, everyone.
Let's see if maybe
sit on that not gay thumb.
Man, dude, let me also give another quick story of something that didn't take a lot of thought. Was that, like I said about Kaylee, we were like 30 minutes before. On last Saturday night, I was simply getting out of the shower and I just was like screwing around, drying off, and I looked at X and I saw Mule say, "Nobody's streaming anything tonight." And I said, I got an idea. Give me like 10 minutes. I'll stream something. And then I streamed the LGBTQX thing, and God, I got so much feedback on it. I think I got all of the bugs hammered out of it to now make it a real thing. So
one of the things that you said that was funny to me, and it has nothing to do with any, you're like, I really didn't think this voice through, that I got a show tomorrow morning, and now I'm, you're doing like the vocal fry voice, and it was like, I can hear it grating a little bit, and I'm laughing my ass. I was like, no, you didn't think that through, did you, buddy?
I had to do Unboxing Eric in the morning. Yeah, and I was just like, oh shit, I didn't think this through. Yeah, man, it is a lot of fun, and stay tuned. I got a couple of guests that are going to be making appearances, and we might have a Felicia appearance.
Cool.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, she's your aunt.
I know.
All right. Please, everyone, like and subscribe, hit the notification button, all of the things. Please be supportive of our guests. They gave us a lot of their time tonight, and they were fantastic. Please go show them some love. Let's start with you, Mr. Heron. Please plug away.
Twitter, everything else. Appreciate you guys. Had a fun time. Thank you very much. It's going to be kind of busy for me in the next couple weeks because as football starts, high school football, I'll be done for like Thursdays and Fridays, and Saturday with college, and then Sunday with pro with the Saints. I may be going to the Saints game on Sunday. I think I have to go pick up our passes, but we got credentialed for the season, so pretty excited. It's going to be a wild one, but thank you for having me on.
Hey, thank you for being here. You were great, and you are welcome back any time.
Don't threaten me.
Anytime.
And it was awesome to finally meet you. We've been talking for a while,
Pleasure's mine.
DMs and doing some stuff with the DVW wrestling, and it's good to finally just like chat with you.
Can't wait.
I was once, you mentioned the Saints. Here's a quick funny story I have. I was one time in a room with Drew Brees and didn't know it. and literally I walked past him and I was like, nah, there's no way. And then I found out later, hey, that was Drew Brees. I was like, are you fucking kidding?
Same kind of story. I'm there at the Caesar Superdome where the press normally is, kind of down where you don't see us, kind of where the players come out and all this crap. And we're waiting for the game to kind of end so that we can do the press conferences and such.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I look over and there's this dude who's about 5'10", regular build. He's got a kid and he's got this beautiful blonde wife and she's got a kid. And he looks exactly like Drew Brees. And I was like, and I grabbed one of the other reporters and I'm like, is that Drew Brees? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, whoa, yeah, man.
That's funny.
It tripped me out. Nice. I was like, holy, just regular dude, just walking through the line. Everyone's out of his way and whatever he wants, like. Cool dude.
He looks like, if you know where I'm from, he looks like every person here. Like there was nothing distinctive about him, but I was literally like,
well, there is that mole.
Well, that's the thing. That's what caught my eye. I was like, nah.
Hans Moleman. That's what he's called.
Hans Moleman. This is a story I can't substantiate. I've been told that this happened to me, but supposedly when I was 4 years old, I'm telling you, I don't know, but this is a family story that gets told as if it was true. I was at a restaurant, not alone. I was with my family, and they were like letting me run around just to get like some energy out, and that they came to find me like I'd gotten away a little too far, and that I was talking to Joe Namath, and that Joe Namath was at this restaurant, and that he was just carrying on a conversation with me. And I said, I've seen you on TV. And he's like, you have? I don't remember it, but my family says it happened.
Was he drunk?
Wow.
That I think that's a safe assumption.
You're pretty, cool boy, pretty.
And he's like,
You know how pretty you are.
and it turns out it wasn't Joe Namath. I'm joking.
That story was bad quick.
No, but yeah, I can't substantiate it. But my father insists that happened, and my father's a real sports fan, so I trust him. Anyway, all right. Real quick, I want to show this to Dang Lizard. My favorite part was Luigi slowly realizing what Karmic's show is. Yes, I have to admit that's my favorite part too. Was that I didn't watch Karmic. I've only seen him in clips, and I started asking, what does he do on his show? And Mule was drunk off his ass and gave like this crazy description. I was like, all right, Mule, you're drunk. I'm sure that's not what the show is. And slowly people just started saying, that's what the show is. Dude, I lost it. I laughed so hard. I was like, what a show.
Yeah.
I watched a
No,
little bit
and you
yesterday
doing
for
it
the
makes
first
it a good
I kinda
time.
Start to watch it, and like it seemed like it was talking about the money, and then like talking about the show, then start talking about Felicia, and then kind of trailed off. You know what I mean? What'd you guys get?
It's
No, that's
just,
about right.
Yeah, it's just him talking and getting angry and yelling at the chat about how much he hates them, and then and like I actually had a pretty funny clip. I'm going to clip it from last night where I realize that when he's talking about sex with Felicia, the words they use don't have like a common string together cadence. I'm exaggerating here, but hear me out. Like he'll just say something like, "Oh yeah, I made sex to her," or we get what he's saying, but there's just some sort of little clue in there that just doesn't sound right. We did the sex.
Sex on her.
Yeah, yes. Or one of the examples I gave was like, "Oh yeah, I made love to her butt."
It's like he's trying his best to come off as human.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. I said they are two lizards in human costumes trying to figure out how humans act. So anyway, yes, maybe there will be a pop-up show with Karmic sometime soon. But I got to figure out a schedule for that. Anyway, all right. Please, what would you like to plug?
Oh, me? I was just saying hi to Acid Dust again. At Sperg Snake on YouTube, at Sperg Snake on Twitter. Right after I get out of here, literally in 30 seconds after this plug, I'm going to go hang out with BYB for a little bit.
Good, man.
Good seeing you again, Will. I saw him on Wednesday. We were hanging out talking what we were talking about this morning. Gummy, Corn, Luigi, thank you guys for having me again. Check CORNdiff's channel out because there's a game night happening over there. We've been having fun on his channel during the week when he's got no name. And Chummy Game Saw. Go watch him play video games. We're all gaming it up. And I'm going to get Luigi into some cards probably here soon, too. Hopefully we can all sit down and play some poker.
Oh, I like that.
That being said, I will see you boys later. Thank you so much for keeping me around and
absolutely
thinking of me. I appreciate you guys thinking of me. Really nice.
Absolutely.
Love
And
you too,
also,
guys.
also Pat Dixon's show last night. You were great. And please go check
thank you.
Sperg Snake on Pat Dixon's show last night. Friend of the show. Hey, thank you. Thank you. You are always welcome here. And hey, man, anytime you want to come on, let us know. Have a great night. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
All right, you too. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
All right, peace
See
out.
you
Bro.
later.
Be sweet.
yes, please go show some love to Mr. Sperg Snake. And Gummi, what would you like to plug?
Yeah, I got a new episode of Chummy Game Saw coming out tomorrow. I run it back to a sequel of a game I played on my first episode, which was Silent Still, where it's literally sleep demons. It's a simulator where you just have demons just screaming at you and scaring you. The sequel just dropped. It is a horrifying game. It's literally, you have sleep paralysis for like an hour while these things just taunt you and scare you.
Oh my God, do they have it in VR?
Ooh,
there is a VR mod that I know the team's working on for the first one.
Nice.
And the game is fucking horrifying. So
We
I'm doing
have-
that. Yep.
Yeah, we really need to get some gaming content. We've been saying we're going to do it. We really need to do that.
Definitely. So I have that, and then that's the first half. The second half, I'm revisiting this game called Pools, where you're just walking through like a liminal space.
I love that game.
Yeah. So
It's so fucking weird.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing.
Gummi's videos of it are like it. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like it's not even like nerve inducing. It's almost like it's
very claustrophobic. There's no music. There's no creature per se. You're just walking with the sound, like the echoes of your footsteps, and you're walking through like eerily empty spaces.
But you know how like you've heard the term uncanny valley with like a still image? It's almost like it's almost like a moving uncanny valley that it just makes you nervous because you're just what is this? What's going on? And why are we here? And what are we doing? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's tomorrow. And then next week I'll be back to my regular Tuesdays for my show. And then Saturdays I have my other show, which is FAQ, which is short for fuck a quarter. So what I'm doing is I'm replaying old arcade games, like emulated with like unlimited continues. So we can all watch from beginning to end of games we can never afford to like beat as a kid. So every episode is me playing. And my first episode, I'm actually playing a modded version of Double Dragon, where it's the original Double Dragon arcade, but I'm playing as Macho Man from WrestleMania, from WWF WrestleFest. So I'm playing through Double Dragon as Macho Man.
Wow,
and it is amazing.
That's badass.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that there was a mod for a wizard and wizardry game. I can't remember which it was, like 10 years ago, whatever was popular back then, that there was a way that there was a dragon you had to battle and you could just turn it into a giant Randy Macho Man Savage. And when it blew fire, it would go, ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, somebody did a great, if anyone's ever played Left 4 Dead, someone did it where they put every single zombie with the Macho Man's voices. So when a horde comes, you have about 100, oh yeah, dig it, snap to a Slim Jim. And it's just
That's
like 100
funny.
Macho Mans running at you.
Now
I mean,
that I
it's
want to
zombies,
play.
but they all have his voice. So
That's great. All right, man. Awesome. Yes, please show Gummi love and maybe give him some sympathy money or something.
One more thing. Next week, gummichainsaw.com is my merch shop. It's some Dabbleverse stuff, but it's more of like the nerdier side, like stuff that I've given to other creators that they didn't like because it was too nerdy for them, but I still love it. Like one where I redid Bedabbler as like Mega Man, like stuff like that, like an 8-bit. So it's all like nerdy. It's half Dabbleverse, half of designs that I also sell like in my real, like when I'm a human, not a cat.
Some of that stuff you showed me, I was like, how did they decline this? Like, it's fucking great. Some of that stuff, it's so good. Yeah.
It's just not in their warehouse. I get it. I can't blame them.
All right. And for me, yes, at Papa_Electrico on X. And today's Friday. God, I have had a busy schedule. Please go check out an episode I did of All Apologies podcast, in which we talked about Owen Cook. That guy fascinates me so much, and we're going to have Andy and Joe on here to educate me on Owen Cook. Just look him up. The guy is a self-help guru who has no business being a self-help guru, and it is hilarious, but he just teaches you how to crush puss. And it's great. I can't get enough of it. And please check All Apologies. And then also check out, Once Over with Kaylee, our analysis of the lawsuit, which we will be doing part 2 on Monday, probably sometime around maybe 8 p.m. Eastern. This Sunday, check out on Hack Ride Studios Unboxing Eric around 1 p.m. Eastern. And then also on Thursdays on Hack Ride Studios, we do Unboxing Riley Martin and Unboxing Bigfoot It Is. We alternate those. And yeah, maybe we'll do a pop-up here of Can't Come X sometime soon. We're going to get a schedule established for that eventually. All right. Now, before we get to Mr. CORNdiff,
I'll come on as the pussy he always crushes.
What?
I said, I'll come on, can't come next. I'll be the pussy you always crush. Apparently.
I got some plans for that. We're trust me, folks. I'm in the lab working on Can't Come X. All right, now before we get to Mr. CORNdiff's plugs, I realized the past couple episodes we have not been playing the proper introduction. So let's please get ready for Kernels of Knowledge.
Good stuff.
All right. All yours, Mr. CORNdiff.
Hi, everybody. I'm Corn. Stick with me on this, okay? A sandwich left in the rain still teaches discipline to the pickle. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
That's right, it sucks.